Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Klenam Radio, Bato, Gaskia FM, Techiman, and Radio Wa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, members of the Gold Coast Fund Management spend the night at the Finance Ministry as they vow not to leave until they are paid their locked up funds in full.
So all that we are asking is our immediate payment. They claim they have spent 26 billion in cleanups financial sector.
Everything is here. All that we want is our money.
Okay.
Details as a banking consultant urges Parliament to demand thorough accountability from the Finance Minister over the expenditure of the allocated money for the banking sector cleanup. Also, Chairman of Parliament's ad hoc committee investigating the IGP leak tip defends independence in investigations, urging critics to refrain from uninformed comments.
I know where it's coming from. It's an absurdity, and that person should refrain from dictating to this committee. I've never seen anybody who is in the football match trying to determine the rules of the game. It's unfair.
There's more as lawyers for the IGP take on his accusers for failing to adduce evidence so far.
Somebody comes and says, I have heard about people getting missing at a certain place, and this is the committee that is supposed to question that. Point is this: none of that happened.
And when Darrell joins us with business,
World Bank justifies 1.5% end-of-year growth rate forecast for Ghana despite Bank of Ghana's buoyant outlook for the economy. We've got details on the Joy Business Report, Hannah.
Later in the bulletin, if you have a national service personnel serving under you, the Speaker of Parliament has a message for you.
Not to turn the service personnel into messengers, errand boys and girls. Please don't be sending them to buy you Kofi Brookman.
We have details of that and more in this bulletin with me, Hannah Odami. We start with the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management who spend the night at the Finance Ministry as they vowed not to leave until they are paid their locked up funds in full. While some slept in chairs, others used the hard concrete floor as their bed as they continue their 48-hour non-stop picketing. They say their members are yet to receive the 8.6 billion cedis approved by Parliament to pay them. The Securities and Exchange Commission revoked the company's operating license in the year 2019 as part of government's financial sector cleanup. My colleague Maxwell Agbagba was at the Finance Ministry last night and reports.
It's evening. The day's work has ended here at the Finance Ministry. The compound is empty, but these aggrieved customers are saying that they're going to spend the night here, they're going to sleep here. Sleeping on the hard concrete floor. Some of them already in the chairs here. You can see one of them also eating supper. Also there inside is a mobile toilet they brought here. Speak to Charles Nami, who's a convener for the group.
So all that we are asking is our immediate payment. They claim they have spent 26 billion in cleanups financial sector. In this 26 billion, our 8.6 billion is part of it for our full payment, and the money has not gotten to us.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Rosemont Greniski.
You've been here since morning?
Yes, since morning.
And you tell me that you're not going to live here?
No. So I'll leave you on Thursday. I say my dress and then because I'm not going, I have my towel. Everything is here. All that we want is our money.
Okay.
All that we need is our money because it's over 5 years where we are pleading to this government to pay us our lock-up fund.
How much do you have?
I have over 2 million Ghana cedis. I and my husband. Yeah, he was a miner. He was working at Anglo Gold Ashanti.
Well, a banking consultant, Dr. Richmond Etwahine, is urging Parliament to demand detailed accountability from the Finance Minister over the expenditure of the allocated money for the banking sector cleanup.
The money has been blocked by a certain group of people calling themselves the SEC, where they put unnecessary impediment on people receiving their money. So I believe that it is high time the minister is called to Parliament. Because you see, we talk about figures, but he does not give us the detailed expense of the money. And nobody, it's 5 years now. This minister should be called to Parliament to give a detailed of how much went here, how much that went there, so that people can know the money has been paid.
Moving on, Chairman of Parliament Ad Hoc Committee Samuel Atachia has stated the committee will not succumb to external pressures from any source in shaping the course of their investigations. He has further emphasized the ongoing inquiry will not be used as a means to settle personal grievances with the IGP, and therefore advises his critics who seek to dictate the parameters of the investigation to refrain from making uninformed comments and consider the proceedings objective.
The committee will make a determination as to whether the intended witnesses and what they want to say bear relevance to our remit. If not, then we are on a wild goose chase, but that's not our remit. If we are not careful to, some people who want to settle personal scores with the RGP will use this platform to do so. And we are wiser than that. We are not going to, as going to say, be so elastic in our orientation that the whole of our time we spent on, if you like, non-essentials. I think the one who is the greatest thinker of the world will say so. And he is very, very intelligent to say that all of us are wayward, and is the most intelligent person to show us how we should work.
Well, we know one of the expectations of the committee in the ongoing in-camera hearing, which started yesterday, was to receive evidence from the accusers of the IGP. However, one of the lawyers for the IGP, Kofi Bento, reveals there was no show.
No, nothing like that happened. In the first place, that was procedurally wrong. This is a committee that is supposed to find certain facts, and it has witnesses already. You don't have a situation where a witness comes and also wants to call a witness. A witness should be somebody who has first-hand information that they are going to use to help the committee find certain facts. The IGP, who is the victim of a conspiracy, is now being converted into an accused person, and his subordinate officers, still in the service, have bypassed the police systems, come here into Parliament, and through this committee are questioning him.
Meanwhile, Alfred Papadakwa, who speaks for Superintendent George Osari, insists the necessary evidence has been submitted to the committee.
Honestly, what transpired was the continuation of what happened the last time. And with regard to the evidence, we had already sent our evidence ahead, given to the committee, and said to all the witnesses and their lawyers, that document, they have it. So if he says that nothing was adduced, maybe he should disclose what they have in their possession.
Now, it's been less than a week since Joyce launched a campaign to bring relief to kidney patients across Ghana, and already there's some results. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has revealed the NHIS will soon absorb the cost of dialysis treatment. We'll hear from him shortly. But now let's hear from the Maker's House Chapel, which donated some items to some facilities. There's more in this report by Prince Kwame Kuduga.
When the Kolebu Teaching Hospital increased the cost of dialysis, Joyce launched a dialysis crisis campaign to raise awareness about the plight of people with kidney failure. We brought you stories of how some patients struggle to raise money for treatment. The Chief Executive Officer of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Pokuwari Mpoma, told Joy News the renal unit is suffocating under a 4 million Ghana cedis debt.
We are now engaged with government, with the ministry, with other stakeholders to see how quickly we can, find the resources to advance, because at the moment we are sitting in a 4 million cedi hole. This is financially unsustainable.
The Maker's House Chapel International has positively responded to the dialysis crisis series and donated 50,000 Ghana cedis to the 37 Military Hospital and 100,000 Ghana cedis to the renal unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital to.
While speaking to party executives, delegates and sympathizers in the Bono East region, the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, said there will soon be relief for kidney patients. Let's move on. In recent data from Air Monitors has exposed a startling reality. Some of Accra's largest markets, including Agbegloshi, Makola, Nima and Medina, are among the city's most polluted places, particularly on market days. There's more in this report by Michael Ashale.
In the early morning hours at Agbegloshi Market, a thick cloud of plumes fills the air. This bustling market is already witnessing a steady stream of visitors. The hazy atmosphere contains lethal cocktails of pollutants, many of which are invisible to the naked eye. The grim reality is that unsuspecting patrons frequenting the market unknowingly inhale exceedingly polluted air.
When you come to the market, what's the first thing that hits you?
Air pollution.
the environment, deaths. I mean, it's very bad, very, very bad, extremely bad.
Caroline Menta is among the multitude of individuals who frequent Agbogbloshie for their everyday household necessities. She acknowledges the possibility that pollutants could have contaminated some of the food items sold there.
We end with the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, who is cautioning institutions against reducing the work of national service personnel to running errands. He was speaking at the 50th anniversary of the National Service Scheme in Accra.
But I want to plead with my brothers and sisters who are leaders in various public institutions and private sector organizations not to turn the service personnel into messengers, errand boys and girls. Please don't be standing them to buy you Kofi Brookman.
The mortal remains of former Ningo Pram MP Enoch Mensah has arrived in Ghana from South Africa, where he died. And also, President Akufo-Addo has announced a state funeral for the late former First Lady Theresa Kufuor, and it will be held on November 16th, 2023. With that, we end the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. There are more stories on myjoyonline.com. Thank you for your company.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation Movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Behind every door lies a world of opportunities.
And with Absa's flexible loans, you hold the master key to open all the doors to your dreams.
Doors to a new horizon and everything you could ever dream of. At ABSA, we help you open the doors to all your dreams. Whether you want to buy a home, a plot of land, or finance your personal projects, our flexible personal loans, mortgage, and credit cards can make it happen. Visit absa.com.gh to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA. Terms and conditions apply.
Your preferred retirement partner, Apex Trustee, offers you an unmatched pension administration service that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. Our Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme will help you achieve financial peace of mind during retirement. Apex Trustee provides employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes, seeking to outsource the day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier provident fund schemes. Start the quality lifestyle journey you envisage for your retirement now. Call us on 0504 368048 or 0256 793330. Apex Trustee, a joyous retirement begins here.
Hello Ghana, I've got great news for you. After 26 years of academic excellence globally, Botho University is now in Ghana, offering degree programs in health information management, cybersecurity and risk management, software engineering, network security and computer forensics. Admissions are ongoing for January 2024 with up to 50% scholarship for the first 150 students. We offer flexible payment terms, internship opportunities and experiential exchange programs with our sister campuses. Pick up your admission form today at our East Legon campus near ANC Mall or call 0302 523 782 or WhatsApp 020 990 4714 for more information. Botho University, vibrance, innovation, impact.
The other day, as I was in my kitchen preparing my special jollof made with lily rice for my family, I heard a knock at the door. he was my mechanic. Instead of calling me to pick my car, he bought it himself. I said, "Cho," he said, "F4." I said, "Take the car back. I will come and pick it myself." As I turned off the fire from under the lily jollof, there was another knock at the door. He was my neighbor. I said, neighbor. He said, "F4, my dog has jammed your wall again, oh." I said, "Don't be silly. You don't have a dog." My wife Ekis came home and we saw that he enjoyed. Cho, he was my pastor. He said, "Bless you." I said, "Bless you too." He said, "Did he come to church on Saturday?" I said, "Acho, but why are you coming to tell me this on Wednesday?"
Having to fend off visitors at mealtimes because of Lele's tasty aromatic rice? Celebrate every mealtime by sharing with friends and family near or far. Lele, tasty food, happy family. This advert is FDA approved.
Kwame! Yes, ma. Inswane beto, shana to show ball and kogu garden him na inswane fanning ko. What eh?
Yo, matema. Aji, mawo, obimro.
Awo, Kwame. Yeah, I'm out fwe, me bana pro.
Wa she, sisan super wate. Zoom lion baller konko nubi. Nama zoom lion foul baller no. Never star 857 hash. Tia baller neka.
Hi, my name is Yao Ichampweje, Marketing and Communications Manager for Apollonia City. Apollonia City is organizing a special open day on Saturday, the 28th of October 2023, and would like to invite you to come explore the futuristic city that is Apollonia City. In today's tricky market, there are very few avenues to invest that make sense. That's why many have seen the light and are moving towards real estate. Come join us explore the future together. We will be discussing interesting topics like building in a gated community, property rights according to Ghana's legal system, and so much more. The date is Saturday, 28th October at 10 a.m. Venue is Apollonia City. Buses will leave the Accra Mall at 9 a.m. For enquiries, call Apollonia City on 0275 577 577. See you there.
Great.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
Not bad at all, Charlie. Now,
well, we have to draw the distinction.
Well, look. Let me tell you this. In preparation for today's show, I had conversations with a couple of mental health experts, and they told me they practice in hospitals and mental health facilities, and they told me that depression is so widespread in Ghana and so undiagnosed, and it is so common that the mental health experts now even have an idea of some of the workplaces in this country that produce the most mentally challenged or depressed people, or the people with the most mental health concerns.
Wow.
Yes. And they gave me some examples which I can't repeat.
Oh, but I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. The number one on the list will shock you. I can't say it on air, obviously. But people, they suffer.
Yeah, and it's interesting how people are able to now hide it when they are depressed. You can't even tell, but they are dealing with a lot. Yeah. And they just put up very nice faces.
And it just suddenly comes out. Because that's the thing. It's almost like a law of physics. It will come out.
Yeah.
At some point.
It just has to take a trigger.
Forever. Yeah. This is what makes some people suddenly start screaming at customers for no reason when, they've never done it before. Or, people just lose it and commit acts that they regret for the rest of their lives.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you listen to Fento sing, I'll probably... it'll help a great deal.
I thought you were going to say that was a symptom right there. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. But, he was singing a Westlife song, which was because we were talking about mental illness and, heartbreak and all of these. These are all things that feed into the state of mind of people in the workplace, right? Yeah. And it's part of the reason why some companies don't encourage dating at work, because they know the mental toll it takes, especially when things go wrong.
Exactly.
Today we're tackling all angles of this conversation. It's an important one. All right. Gratitude. First, to those who brought us the 6 a.m. news. I'm talking Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. Now for the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. And Africa World Airlines. Touching Africa, touching the world.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, World Bank justifies 1.5% end-of-year growth rate forecast for Ghana, despite Bank of Ghana's buoyant outlook for the economy. Also coming up, International Monetary Fund lowers Ghana's average inflation forecast for this year to 42.2% from the earlier 45.4% plus. Banking consultant calls on Ghana to emulate Botswana by increasing payment of mineral royalties to government by 50%. Details coming up. My name is Daryl Kwa. Thanks for being with us this morning. Hello to you in Koforidua listening on KTU radio. Well, first up, the World Bank has justified the 1.5% end-of-year projection for Ghana this year. This is despite the Bank of Ghana and Fitch Solutions' position that the economy will expand by more than 3%. But the Bretton Woods institution says its forecast is based on some developments in the energy sector and credit extension to the private sector. In a related development, the World Bank is warning that Ghana's rise in debt stock might limit its ability to carry out future borrowings. Andrew Dublin is chief economist in charge of Africa at the World Bank.
Debt levels continue to be really high, and that has really put a lot of damper on how the countries can mobilize resources in order to invest in, core development like, education, health, water systems, infrastructure, right? So that has been, in fact, half of the countries are now considered to be either in debt distress or in high risk of debt distress, which means that if a small shock hits them, they're likely to run into a real financial crisis. But they're bright spots, right? We have a big continent, 48 countries. So just the fact that on average that, it's growing at 2.5 doesn't mean that every country is growing at 2.5. There have been real, sources of resilience for some of the countries that have been growing at moderately high growth rates of about 5 to 6%, like Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Cabo Verde on the west, and then, Rwanda and Ethiopia, Uganda in the east.
Andrew Dublin, the chief economist in charge of Africa, the World Bank. The International Monetary Fund has lowered Ghana's average inflation forecast for this year to 42.2% from the earlier 45.4%. That's according to its latest World Economic Outlook report. This will be higher than the rate recorded last year. Take a listen.
According to the fund, Ghana's consumer prices will be highest among its peers in the middle income category. However, it is forecasting a lower average inflation of 23.2% next year. In 2022, the country's average inflation, according to the Bretton Woods Institution, was 31.9%. The report stated that the near-term inflation expectations remain elevated and above target, as inflation rates may contribute to more persistent wage and price pressures. This would complicate the task of monetary policy in restoring price stability. It added that the ample stock of excess household savings in some economies could slow the effects of monetary policy tightening on inflation. Ghana's inflation slowed down in 2 months to 40.1% in August, following an easing in food inflation.
That was a Business Desk report. The African Union is impressed with the use of modern technology by the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, to regulate modern automobile transport in the country. The union is, however, calling for a regional approach for all other West African member states in order to support the quest to remove barriers of trade and transportation. Now, the AU's representative, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, spoke at the just ended International Driver and Vehicle Innovation Conference in Accra.
What we'd like to see is a regional approach to support and to help free movement of goods and persons, which, as you know, is still primarily by road in our sub-region. Only last week, I was in Cotonou chairing a meeting of 5 countries around the Abidjan-Lagos corridor aimed at enhancing collaboration to remove certain challenges along this corridor. We had a good meeting. Some recommendations have been made to member states on really enhancing facilities that could ensure that we balance properly the need for enhanced trade and security.
Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, the AU's High Representative for Silencing the Gun in Africa, who graced the just ended International Driver and Vehicle Innovation Conference in Accra. In other news, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etienne has called for an increment in royalties paid to government by mining firms. According to him, Ghana earns relatively low income as royalties from the foreign mining firms compared to other African countries, citing Botswana's move to renegotiate royalties paid to its government to a whopping 50%. Dr. Etienne called for Ghana to emulate saying this he believes will increase the country's revenue inflows instead of suffocating individuals and businesses with taxes. He spoke at the 12th edition of the Ghana Economic Forum organized by the Business and Financial Times.
One minister said that Ghana generated 6.6 billion, twice the IMF money. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go onto the BOP, we only got 816 million, equivalents of 13%. What sort of country is this? Everybody keep it. Ghana is investor-friendly country because we allow ourselves to be taken out. If you get 30% of the goal that the minister said, it would have given us nearly $2 billion. What happened to it? We signed a whole lot of agreement as if tomorrow is not going to come. Go and read what happened to Botswana beginning of the year.
Dr. Richmond Etienne is a banking consultant. Electroland Ghana Limited, the largest distributor of Samsung and household appliances in the country, is promising consumers quality. It secured a deal with TCL Ghana as the sole distributor of its products. Now, marketing manager of TCL, Dennis Fixon, said the partnership will enable them bring more products closer to customers. He spoke to Joy Business at a dealers conference in Takoradi.
Electroland has over the years been giants in distribution of electronics. We all know this, and so looking for someone to distribute TCL Electronics, we felt the best brand to work with is Electroland. So far it's been great, feedback is amazing, and we love the ride so far. So for me, TCL, I am happy that through EGL I'm able to get my product to the final consumers, and of course EGL is also doing its responsibility to make sure that these goods are there. We are not only here to make money, we are also here to inspire greatness. That is why we are giving affordable prices. We are running several promotions through Electroland.
Also in the news, country manager of Bell Aqua Mineral Water, Raj Mapuri, says the company will continue to promote mental health. According to him, ensuring the mental well-being of the country's human resources is critical for economic development. He was speaking at a public lecture and donation exercise made to the Department of Psychiatry at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
We've done Operation Smile in the past, where we did a lot of operations and helped a lot of people. And once again, we sat down together and said, no, we must give back to society. And the best way to do it is mental health. A lot of us, including myself, we go through a daily stress, pressure, a lot of things happening at home and at work. So what is the best way? And we realized that mental health is something in Ghana people don't want to talk about. Bell Aqua decided to reach out to everybody, that this is the opportunity for us to talk together about it. It's about us and our daily lives.
Raj Mapuri there, he is country manager of Bell Aqua Mineral Water. You are listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, while working at the bank, Joyce Jabano would save part of her allowances towards her dream of owning a beauty parlor. The dream is now a reality. She's quit banking and doing what she loves most, determined to change beauty industry norms. The Joy Business Van brings you her story today. That's our feature on Red Apple Looks. Take a listen.
My name is Joyce Jabano. I used to work in the bank, but the makeup has been a passion.
Joyce Jabano has been looking forward to this day for many years. A day she would have her own beauty parlor. Though she had a good career in banking, she wanted to do what she loves most. And then this.
I realized that I was having little time for the family because I wake up very early, leave the kids at home, come back very late. So by the time I come back home, they will be asleep and I will not have enough time for them.
Joyce is blessed with the gift of making people look good. And while she worked at the bank, she would make her colleagues up.
Because I was doing it for them at the office, so they recommended me to their friends and their relatives. And I realized that most people come back again.
When Joyce took the decision to start Red Apple Looks, she wanted to be different. She was determined to change Ghana's beauty industry norms. All right, so you can get to listen to the full story on Red Apple Looks this afternoon at 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report, 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Don't miss it. Before we go, let's check the markets for you. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedis 84 pesos, a pound going for 14 cedis 45 pesos, the euro going for 12 cedis 40 pesos. On the commodity market, crude oil open trading at $88 a barrel, gold selling at $1,859 an ounce after going down marginally. Cocoa gained $39 to open trading at $3,474 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwab. Thanks for listening, and Kojo Yankson continues with the best radio program in Ghana.
The year. Thank you. The
Super Morning Show.
Award-winning CIMG radio program of the year. Yeah. No, I cannot. Yes, and of course today we're talking about something so important. Yeah, do you know? After I said to you that a certain company came up tops. Several people have guessed right which company it is and texted me. I still can't say which one it is. But look, this conversation is to the benefit of all of us.
Exactly.
Okay, because stress actually kills.
It does.
It actually kills. Just like how cancer or diabetes or heart failure can kill you.
Yeah.
Stress kills. Let's not understate it. We're getting into this and more today on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. Right now, though, inspirational song and how about some Dunsin Oyekan?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can never go wrong with Dunsin.
No, he gets it right. 10 times out of 10. And is brought to you today by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes, as well as Water Tank, the only water storage tank with level indicator. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. Here it is. He calls this one When I See You. I don't see no you can. All right then. Hello everyone. Hello Ray.
Hello.
Hi there.
Okay, we've got lots to get through today. We'll start with the Drive Safe campaign.
And it's brought to you by Joy News and the multimedia group supported by Toyota Superior Quality. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and keep your hands on the steering wheel and be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. Now, because of the consistent complaints you have been raising here about street lighting and all the traffic lights, I'm told there's supposed to be one at Bayard, which has been off for God knows how long. Now it's been fixed.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes. And I also saw social media response to that now it's been fixed. And it's been off for God knows how long. In fact, people had even forgotten that there was
supposed to be a traffic light there.
But because sometimes accidents happen there, and people were worried about how that's impacting their travel in the way.
Yeah, we also got a report about the Awoshi traffic lights that we talked about here on the show.
Oh, yes.
For such a long time, it's finally been fixed. But the Accra psychiatric area, that has still not been done. Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on them across the city and keep bringing them to you. But today's Say It Right is a topic that I've had to bring back because I keep hearing people make the same mistake.
Okay. Well, so let's go for Say It Right. It's brought to you by Kingdom Books. Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done. You say either, I say either.
Hey, why am I so hungry at 7:37 in the morning? Funnily enough, I had a rather large meal for dinner last night. Oh, that reminds me. Let me ask you a question. Which is correct, funny enough or funnily enough? It's an interesting one. The phrase funnily enough is used to explain that although something is strange or surprising, it actually happened or it is actually true. So we would say, funnily enough, I went on a date yesterday. Now, what about funny enough? Is that not correct too? Well, funny is an adjective, so it can be used to describe any appropriate noun. For instance, I would say, my date wasn't funny enough to merit a second chance. Now, I know it can sometimes get confusing, so here's how I remind myself of the difference. Funnily is an adverb, so it describes the verb. Funnily enough, I went on a date. In contrast, funny is an adjective, so it describes the noun in the sentence. So, my date wasn't funny enough. Also, two synonyms for funnily are strangely or surprisingly. So if you're trying to say that something is strange or surprising, just add "ly" to funny and say funnily enough. I know you remember that. And I know you will say it right. Yeah. So, there you go. Funnily enough. Yeah. Okay then. Now, before we get into the news review brought to you by Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough, and My Way, a simple life insurance by My Life and MTN Momo, dial star 165 hash on MTN to join My Way today. Before we get into the headline, in fact, actually, I want to talk about something, but maybe I'll let us go through the headlines first, okay? Then we'll get to it. So yeah, real quick, let's get through these papers.
Now, let's start with the Ghanaian Times, and it's reporting this morning, after 50 years, National Service Scheme is to become an authority. This according to the President of the Republic of Ghana. And today is the 1 week of the passing of Theresa Akufo. And yes, the 1 week commemoration would happen, but an official state burial has been slated for November 16. That's also on the front page of the paper. And boy 15 arrested for allegedly killing grandmother at Bonasua. That's terrible. Yeah, but people, you really love grandparents, right? But anyway, Parliamentary probe into leak tape. Committee can't do open-ended, wide-ranging probe of entire police service. I know this tussle between the lawyers for the IGP and the chairman of the committee continues anyway, but he has rejected that this morning. It was in the bulletin. Those are the stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
All right, let's go through the Daily Guide newspaper. On the front page, it says, Frimpong Boateng Galamsey claims empty, attributed to the Attorney General. Cecilia Dapa versus OSP palaver deepens. IGP fights Atachia. Alan woos Kennedy to butterfly movements, and NSS to be made authority. On the back page, it says FIFA boss salutes Kets on re-election, and UK Ireland host Euro 2028.
Now let me get to the chronicle for this morning. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 24.
Amen.
Gracious words are honeycomb, but sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Preach religious tolerance. Muhammad tells Muslim and Christian leaders. That's on the front page. November 4, electoral integrity must not be compromised. That's according to workaholic Akoto tops all Wata Dr. Owuswefri Akoto. And Ministry of Information to hold seminar on impact of disinformation on peace and security. And finally, on the front page, national service personnel are not errand boys and girls. And that's according to Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagui. He's right. A lot of people get to the offices and every day they are asked to buy Kofi Brookman and others.
Is that not a teachable moment too? I mean, having to have the patience to learn how to...
Really?
No, let me complete the point. To learn how to engage from the Kofi Brookman woman straight down to how to stay in the office, how to immerse yourself into the office environment. Clearly, I mean, I mean, if the person came in as, let's say, a doctor, I'm not sure they'll be sending the person to go and do Kofi Brookman's work. But it's part of having the person learn the things on the job.
Those are things you learn from home. Hello?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Not to buy breakfast for people.
No. Sometimes you need those skills.
Actually, I think there's a need for a combination of things. No one on national service should ever be sitting there doing nothing. Right? So yes, you should be trained in the skills of the job that you've come to understudy. But at the same time, a part of that role is learning how to be of service to the people that you work with. There are people whose job is to be a personal assistant.
Yeah.
That person's job includes going to buy Kofi Brookman.
I agree.
So if you come as a national service person and you are being put to work as a personal assistant, what's wrong with that?
A personal assistant, but not to go and get you breakfast or lunch.
But a personal assistant does that.
Well, let's continue. Back page, Cristiano Ronaldo to retire after 2026 World Cup. And ex-Chelsea Real Madrid player Eden Hazard ends football career at age 32. In Ghana, there are people who are 34 without a club, but they are still playing for the Blasters.
Okay, let me go to the finder before there's trouble on this one. Anyway, Ecobank Ghana appoints Joanna Mensah as acting MD, and that's very good news. And Frimpong Boati fails to back Galamsey report with evidence. That's according to the Attorney General. Dismissal fear grips UG Legon students. Level 200, level 300 students with CGPA below 1% to be sacked. But yes, okay, so I was confused. I thought, okay, now I'm told that they have changed the rules now. It's
Since
no longer
2017.
1.5. Yeah, it used to be 1.5. Those days you dread it. I mean, whatever you do, you have to stay afloat. I mean,
so it's been lowered then?
Yes, that's what they are saying. They brought it to 1%. So if you don't get your CGPA is now up to 1% after the first year, you cannot stay in the school, which is standard practice virtually in every school that certainly have to keep a certain academic level. Yeah.
So have they lowered the standards?
No, the point is that they raised. I think they redid the what they call it grading system. So the new grading system is one now puts at 1%. It might be of the same percentage because of the changes. 70 all having different grading.
Right.
Because at our time it was 70, right? Now we are told it's 80 to get an A. They are virtually turned the school into UCC. Anyway, but
that's a better standard. The UCC standard is a better
the best
standard.
university in West Africa.
It is.
Why do you
the
think
UCC
is
a better standard?
If you're not aware, I mean,
with respect, I don't let. No, I think that
the evidence is there.
Prejudices lead you to ignorance.
There may be a time
University
for
of Cape Coast.
University of Higher Education ranking.
Don't even bring yourself.
Gentlemen, this conversation
is the best
your
university
people are
in this
listening.
country.
They will be worried.
According to those who know what they are doing. If you had gone to UCC, you would know.
And it is the 7th best in the whole of Africa.
In the whole of Africa.
Please, can I continue? I don't know why you are interested in bringing in. This is a very serious thing happening at Lagos.
Now that you've been educated,
and
go back into the production booth. Thank you for your
please,
agenda.
I want to
best.
continue.
Go on. Raymond, you may proceed.
Okay, we can have a time for this debate in the future, but
never.
Yes, no problem. Actually, but
debate.
No debate.
Yes.
Why do you want to debate facts?
Now, I want to move on to the most important thing happening at University of Ghana today.
Thank you.
Yes, the Premier University. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not any, I mean, clearly. But let me concentrate on the substantive matter. I am saying that this matter is a very serious one. Imagine being at home as a parent and your child comes to you and says that, oh, I couldn't stay afloat, and getting 1% is almost like getting below C or so all throughout, which is a very average student's performance. So I'll be wondering what the child will be doing if there were no health and other things that prevented you from studying. Or prevent a child from staying through school. Perhaps we should do that in the future, though. But today is the 11th, right? Today is Wear UG Day. Yeah, I don't have the club, but I'm sure I will be getting this through. Wear UG Day. Today is Wear UG Day. Yes, hashtag Wear UG Day. Very nice club, 75th anniversary.
No, you are not wearing the thing and you are talking about it.
That's how Lagos students are.
Alan's exit, but I'm not finished. So, hey, now yeah. Now, I thought we were together always on this one.
If you had gone to UCC, you'd be wearing it.
Alan's exit is regrettable. Okwe's committee must sit up. This Dr. Akoto every year, water there. And UTV condemns attack, says it won't be deterred. Anyway, that's also the UTV. We are not sure what's happening to the 16 that has been arrested. UTV has said that they didn't give any letter to any panelists, and that in fact, even the letter from the party did not come to them. It was being circulated on social media, so they were not in charge of people who put it on air on stuff like that. But the substantive point is, has the police done anything beyond?
We need the police to give us an update.
This is my only criticism of Dr. Dampare. Right? This is the sort of thing that there should be open lines of communication on. We should be able to pick up the phone and ask you, what is the latest with this investigation? Now we have to sit around and wait for a presser. We have to wait for a press release.
Post on X.
No. Come on. The police needs to do better than that. We are big supporters of good police officers. Dr. Dampare has gained our praise on many occasions. But this one, I'm sorry, we don't agree. You need to have an open line of communication. We need to know what on earth is going on with those 16 people who were arrested. Where are they? What's happening to them? Okay, let's do the online review. It's brought to us this morning by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
Now, are you an individual or a business entity looking for an easy and secure means to transfer funds across Africa? Look no further, because transferring money across Africa with the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System at any Zenith Bank nationwide is being made very easy. With PAPS, you enjoy real-time payments in local currencies at reduced transaction costs. I need to underline that. Reduced transaction costs. Anybody who does business in that average knows that it is very high. You also receive immediate confirmation of funds sent to beneficiaries. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide for your instant cross-border payments via PAPS. Think PAPS, think Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank in your best interests.
Okay, well, Attorney General's opinion of Professor Boateng's report incomplete and a whitewash. That's what Martin Pebu is saying. This has sparked a lot of debate. When we have time later, maybe we'll talk about it. But right now, though, very quickly, I want us to bring up this thing before our time is up. Have you guys seen on social media that the young lady Nasiba, the one who brought up the dialysis issue during the Occupy Jilobi House debate, what's it called?
The protest.
Demonstration, yeah. Have you seen on social media that we are hearing that 48 hours after that thing was aired, she lost her job?
Yes, I've seen that. I mean, the first time Maxwell told the story, it was a bit intriguing.
Let's listen to that.
His father is a teacher, gave over 30 years of his life to the service, could not afford transplants, could not afford dialysis, 400 cedis a week. What do you mean? Do you know how much taxes they check out every day? The cost of living.
I've worked there, and I don't know if the partisan, and that's why I'm trying not to. I keep saying that I don't want that connection, because if I knew that the company was partisan, then maybe I can say that because it's partisan, it's fair enough to come towards to or to pin this thought, but I don't know it's the partisan. And I wasn't told that was the reason. And another thing is, I wasn't rebuked for going to the protest, even though my video went viral. I was not rebuked for it. So you get that. So it's like a plain white sheet. So it's really hard to say that it's because of this, it's because of that, or because I was rebuked when I got to work on Monday. I was rebuked, or they sort of questioned me, or the comments was passed that made me look like, you are not okay. No, none of that. If it's because of it, fair enough. There's always a price to pay for everything. that we went to a protest and there was a price to pay for everything.
That's what your uncle told you?
And that's okay.
Okay, wait, your uncle said what?
My uncle says that there is a price to pay for everything. Yes, they said, like I said, they said they had...
you were sick, you took days off with permission. Okay, so let me read that part of it to you. You said, they said when I was sick and took days off with permission, they hired someone to replace me. That was 3 weeks ago. Why abruptly ending it now? The math is not mathing. Yeah. So you took sick leave 3 weeks ago. No, you returned actually. You took some days of sick leave and then returned. And I've been working for the past 3 weeks before the protest. And then 48 hours after the protest, you come back to work. Then you're told that, you remember the sick leave you took 3 weeks ago whilst you were away? We got another person, and the person is going to start work in October.
I think that for me, I didn't pay much. I mean, when I even tried to think about it, I also tried to think about the company because I've also heard where people have been let go for like health purposes because the company feels like we can't really rely on it. The only reason why I was thinking was, when I came, why was I not told that this was what was happening, and so that I could, like sort of just ready myself, if that was what it was, But also, people don't owe me. I just want to say that, I'm trying to, I understand, or I'm attempting to understand all the parties involved, and just understand that, or maybe that's not it. It's something else.
Morning Show.
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
Yes, interesting because, and in fact, I mean, even the young lady does not come out boldly to say that she can conclude that. Because ideally, for you to be able to come to the conclusion, somebody might tell you that, why did you go there, or raise it as an issue? And when you move beyond that, somebody should be in the position to say, but a very smart institution, or maybe an institution that knows the procedures, would be smart in not giving you that reason, so that you may challenge it and becomes a problem going into the future. But it's the connection that's what's making the trend. That this is a young lady who has spoken out about a very terrible situation. And her case was phenomenal because people were saying other things. But because of how serious the dialysis situation had just been propped up, and we saw those pictures and all of that, she giving a face to it was very huge, and that's why it went viral. That is where the connection is coming from. That hopefully it's not, let's say, an overzealous private employer who is bent or removing her because of this, because they don't want the connections with the demonstration. And because we have seen people who are in government or working with government institutions basically identifying people who went out there on the protest and saying that they ought to be dealt with. For example, there are those, if you happen to have your father or your family member working in government, you are more likely to be identified as somebody who shouldn't be in a protest of this sort because your family appears to be some way or somehow benefiting from it. So that's where the connection is being drawn. Hopefully this is one of those situations, because it would have been very, very unacceptable. I mean, yes, you can recruit and lay off workers, but the expectation is that, and it fuels a certain environment that even protest is not guaranteed. As in peaceful protest, and the peace after that is not guaranteed. That is where the difficulty is coming out of this. And if you have checked, there are many more others who are springing out, the various identified groupings who have posted or identified individuals and said, yeah, we know you work here, or you also work here. You don't deserve to work there because it is related or it's being owned by somebody who should be beneficiary of government.
At the risk of sounding jejune, let me ask this. Why is the name of the employer not coming up in this conversation? Why do we not know who her employer is?
Well, because they've not put it out there yet. I mean, she herself did not do so.
It seems like it's being protected.
Even the gentleman on the Harvard advisory board said, why don't you put out the name so that we can all confront them and get the facts that we want from this particular situation in a way that supports the cause.
Anyway, we're joined by Martin Kwebu, of course, needs no introduction. Good morning, Martin. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Kojo.
So I'm of two minds on this one. The lady herself is not quick to claim that her, her sacking is connected to her demonstrating. But it's already sparking a lot of, controversy.
Yes, Kojo, but at least half a dose is better than none. The fact that she's granted the interview, it's not bad at all. It's commendable. And like the way we said, by granting the interview, she said a lot that she hasn't said expressly. You see, she said a lot that she hasn't said expressly, because the most important fact that she's giving is having been terminated within 48 hours of the demonstration. So the rest is left for us to deduce. So she's just been, there are a number of principles at play here. She has to be careful not to burn her bridges. Maybe in the next employment, she will need a reference from her previous employer. So if she were to do it too hard, they may not be willing, or they may say unsavory things about her, so to speak. So for me, I think that just speaking, it's not everything that has to be said expressly. She's done well. So what we are left with is that, Joyce, and please, could you, we beg you must do this for us. You have to go under and bring us the name of the company. The company has to pay for this. Look, let me tell you, I'm being charitable by saying that management acted childishly. That's very childish. You can't do it so proximate to the, the demonstration. It can't happen, not for anything. Not for anything under this sun. Even if she stole, I'm not saying she stole. The management is so childish. Please, look, we have to be very hard on them, because, look, if we don't, we'll be giving other companies an incentive. And this is not the first time. Look, when we did our reloaded demonstration last November, that's what they did to one of our organizers. The guy works in one of the ministries. He was kicked out of that place because they said they are making government unpopular. Then he was transferred to another place. Then they were not willing to take it. They tossed him around, and then now they've placed him in some corner. I didn't get enough time to find out if I could disclose the names of the ministries on his behalf. But he was one of the key persons in our demonstration. So if you go back and look at the people who did, I think he was the only one from the public sector. And this has been going on. Ghana doesn't belong to just a few people. It's for all of us. We want to build a strong society. So I've been looking at the labor law, or am I running ahead of myself? I should wait for the question.
Well, I was going to ask another thing before we get into the law of it. So let's assume, and we don't know the facts, so let's just take this scenario. Let's assume that she was actually not very good at her job. Maybe she even stole or misconducted herself in some other way before this demonstration ever happened. Let's assume that all the necessary investigations and everything had been done, processes had been gone through, and it had been determined that she must be fired for whatever reason. Are you saying that as a private company, they should have somehow taken the fact that she attended a demonstration and appeared on TV recently, and based on that, decided not to sack her until some future date?
Absolutely, Kojo. Absolutely. Because there's a PR angle to this. That's why I said they've been very childish. They should have known that for a lady who has been this vociferous and who has become the face of the fight for better kidney care, the dialysis and everything, the story was going to come out. So if as management they couldn't foresee this, then they themselves, they have no business being in the various positions they are. It should have been clear to them that it will come out. So they were required to wait. Well, anyway, but it's good riddance that they've done it this way, so that now we've caught them and we are calling them out. So, well, that's the other way of analyzing it. But if they were pros, if they were really pros in the industry, they would let some time pass, at least maybe after 3 months. After all, if there was pressure, so now let's look at it. Either the management are excessively benefiting from the sole sourcing contract this government is engaged in and looting us left, right, center, or they are just diehards who may not even be benefiting from contracts, etc. You don't do that. Maybe you talk to the other people that, look, lawyers may come after us. And true, I've seen lawyers have started discussing on some pages that they want to offer pro bono service. They will sue for her. Because in this case, if you look at all the circumstances, under our law, you can sue the employer to come and justify the termination. the way this one has been very proximate to the demonstration, yes, it's good we test the law, because the law says, look, yes, you are free to terminate, okay? We are talking about Section 15 of the Labour Act. But like you said, we've not seen her contract. We are just discussing generally. But the law goes in Section 63 to make it possible for the employee to sue the employer to come and justify the reason. So you may see the law is given with one hand, takes with the other. You may terminate, okay, if the contract says terminate. But if from all the circumstances, the termination looks sinister, under Section 63, you can sue, and then it will be the duty of the employer to come and justify. And that happened in this Supreme Court case of Kobe versus Ghana Manganese. Yeah, the Supreme Court, through Answer JSC, he even lauded it. Justice Answer said, this provision is a welcome relief, because hitherto, because of the fear of termination, it made workers docile. You know, already the Ghanaian is docile. And then if the risk of termination added, then it makes it super docile. So Justice Answer said, no, this provision, 63, that they ask the employer to justify, etc. It's a welcome relief. So please, Diana, look, lawyers are saying that they will fight for you any day, that she may have to go to court and call on the employers, come and justify this termination.
Okay, if you just joined us, we're talking to Martin Pebu. We're considering all the angles to the recent news that the young lady Nasiba, whose outrage during the Occupy Jilobi House demonstration started a national campaign for dialysis treatment, has been sacked. She was sacked just about 48 hours after she attended this demonstration. She herself has not drawn a connection between the two. However, the whole nation has been discussing it. And lawyer Martin Kwebu suggests that, first of all, that the employers may have been childish in making the decision so close to the day that the lady appeared at that demonstration. But also to suggest that perhaps there are grounds for legal action, and that some lawyers are lining up to do just that. Of course, this conversation is important, so forgive us. We're going to use the BBC News time to conclude this. Martin, you described their acts as childish, but how does it rise from childish to unlawful? You know, at what point does it get to the stage where the law or the courts need to be brought in?
Okay, yes. So what the law says under Section 63 is that if from all the circumstances it can be inferred that the termination is unfair, then the employer is liable. So when we say from all the circumstances, as I said, no matter what is in the contract, you will find so far she didn't even say she was brought up before he made disciplinary committee, because from what she said, she talked about ill health. So she recovered, came back, and has been working for 3 weeks. So, and she hasn't said there's been any medical evaluation, because I'm just eliminating the grounds under Section 15 of the Act. If the employer were to find that the employee is unfit to continue working, that would be grounds. But so far, she hasn't said she was taken to board, like the way in the public sector they call it, the medical board. She wasn't put before any medical board and declared unfit. So we are eliminating all those ones. So what you are left with is a situation in which she has returned from the leave, sick leave, has been working for 3 weeks, nothing untoward is happening. She goes to a demonstration, and she comes 48 hours later, she's terminated. So that everybody's suspicion is aroused, for lack of a better word in this case. You see? So once we all are suspicious, don't forget, when we go to law, it's on the balance of probability. This is a civil case. So when she puts all these facts together, okay, and don't forget, we also are yet to know the identity of the company. We may well find out that they are gross and indecent beneficiaries of sole sourcing contracts or sensitive government contracts or something, whatever. We'll find. Once you know the name of the company, some other facts will come out to color the act. So you put all together, and it looks like this victimization. straight. The employer is liable. So it would come to the judgment call of the judge, looking at all the facts. That's what the law says. It says, looking at all the circumstances of the case, the termination looks, that's the word, looks unfair. So you put all of this before the judge. If he says this looks unfair, that will be right. That will be right. And that is the law. Under Section 63.
Is there a risk also of public sentiment, sort of overtaking itself, and then innocent people or companies ending up being vilified? We saw some people sharing lists during the demonstration of companies and encouraging people not to patronize them because they are somehow connected to government. Long list of companies, people were just throwing in names, willy-nilly, and calling for their businesses to be boycotted. Are we not at risk of doing something similar if we are not in full possession of the facts of the matter?
Oh, I don't see it from where I stand. What's happening? It's a democracy. So, if we find that Company X is a disproportionate, gross, and indecent beneficiary of single source contracting, well, as we call it, sole source, right? There is every reason to call them out. There is every reason under this sun to call them out. Because we have long made it clear that a single source contract should be meant for those urgent, very sensitive, contracts. But now we have a situation where they say, one last report I saw, they say about 80% of the contracts have been sole source. Something that Gabi, when they were in opposition, referred to as thievery. Yeah, under the Mahama administration, when sole sourcing was so obscene, Gabi referred to it as thievery. Something has played it on the news file show, so I'm sure you could even know it. Give me more examples, right, if you have them. So what we are saying is that as a society, we have made it clear that instead unjustified use of sole sources, single source, we will name and shame companies, etc. So it's within, because it's not everything you can take to court. Look, one of the single source contracts, Zipline, I know Honorable Norby took the matter to court. It's been stalling. It's not I can't say it's the fault of the court, not at all. From what I know, rather, maybe it's other factors. Things like funding. It's very expensive to go to court. You need a lawyer. So if you don't have money to engage a lawyer, etc., it won't work. Is that not why we created freedom of information, etc.? The point I'm making is that it's not all the time that we have to present disputes to court. Sometimes we deal with it by way of public opinion. And I'm sure there are 1,001 examples I can give how we deal with certain things by public opinion. So the list, I haven't seen it. If I had seen it, I'm sure I would have mentioned a few. Because that's the right thing to do. So please, could you publish that list? Publish it, make it a news item. Because this is the only way we can improve our democracy. Yeah. That's the only way we can improve our democracy. Okay. The courts alone can't do it. It takes time.
So
if there are shorter and other effective means, by all means, let's use them. Yeah, and if you check America and elsewhere, they do it. Companies come out to state their position. When Trump was in office and misbehaving and all that, there were companies that came out and dissociated themselves and condemned his, the chauvinistic statements, the harassment, all those things. Yes. So political speech, companies have the right to make political speech. So I'm making the point that it's not even for only us individuals, but the companies that are doing business legitimately and feel hard done by the single source contract of this corrupt Akufo-Addo administration have the right to also make political speeches. Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, most of the companies on that list, which has now been deleted, were restaurants. So I don't really know whether it had to do with single sourcing. But your point is well taken. Thank you very much for spending time with us. Martin Kwebu, of course, prominent Ghanaian lawyer, even if he disagrees. Thank you very much. All right, real quick, guys, before we move on. Jojo?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Labour Act, for instance. I've seen grounds for termination of employment. A contract of employment may be terminated by mutual agreement between the employer and the worker, beg your pardon, by the worker on grounds of ill treatment or sexual harassment, by the employer on the death of the worker before the expiration of the contract of employment, by the employer if the worker is found on medical examination to be unfit for the employment, and by the employer because of the inability of the worker to carry out his or her work due to sickness or accident or incompetence of the worker or proven misconduct of the worker. Now, if I listen to everything that has happened in here, few questions. So somebody goes on sick leave, returns, works for a week, 2, 3, goes on a demonstration, comes back to work. Then after the demonstration, coming back to work, that person is told, oh, while you were on leave, somebody took over, what, and we now would want to give the job to that person. Quick questions. So at what point in time did the company realize that the person who took over was better? Were they giving the young lady a chance to prove herself? And so they decided, okay, come back, work again, and then after 3.5 weeks, they realized that that person who took over was okay. In any case, what was her role? At the time that she was going on leave, couldn't anybody within the company have taken on that additional responsibility? Timing is very, very important. And if you look at the chronology of events, it leads itself to the conclusion that something just doesn't add up. If the company had this decision in mind, I am sorry, their timing is very, very wrong, hence the conversation we're having today.
I mean, nobody can prevent the private company from saying that today we don't even want to operate again, or we want to actually sack every worker, we want to liquidate the company and move on with our lives. Now, what then becomes a problem? It is when it's almost connected to an incident that becomes a national issue. Because we here took up the matter of the kidney crisis. And I'm sure if she had said 1,001 things on the ground, most people would have cared. It was that kidney issue that was played out. That was actually what was key. And there's so many people on the ground. If you couple with the fact that there are people within the state, actors who work for the office of the president, one way or the other, singling people out and saying that they will have to be dealt with one way or the other because they are either beneficiaries or their parents are beneficiaries. These were the same set of protesters. Mindful of how these protesters were actually treated, you feel that connection even if it's not real. And there could be 1,001 reasons why anybody will be sacked. But you feel that connection within the period that it happened, even if it's not real. And it's up to, for example, the company, mindful of what has become now, to say, no, there is no connection between this termination and that. There's also no relationship. We do not care about whether you protest or not. Because ultimately, there's already a conversation about limiting the space of free expression and the protest that we actually believe in. So if this altogether becomes a stumbling block in the enjoyment or the expressions that people would want to have, in any case, what she pushed for, we all know, and we sit here every day to say the same thing, that it's an extremely important thing. That is why the connection is being drawn. And I'm saying this can be clarified by all the sides. In any case, there are people who are promising her jobs that appear to be way more lucrative or perhaps better than what is being done out there or what she was doing previously. That connection certainly is resting on this particular set of facts that have happened prior to and just after the protest.
The truth is that there are lots of questions to be answered, lots and lots of them. Was she terminated or was she dismissed? Under law, these are two different things. So which one was it? Was she terminated or dismissed? We haven't seen the letter. We haven't seen the reasons given. There's a lot that is required in order for the full picture to be drawn. But I think it is also of interest that the company is yet to speak to this. Maybe it's because they haven't been named. So there's no motivation for them to wade into the matter. But why haven't they been named? Another thing I don't understand. Let's take a moment. Let's take some messages. We're back with more after these.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
No matter your water needs, Syntex has it all. Syntex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Syntex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Syntex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Syntex tank. Syntex tank, stress-free. Syntex tank, reliable. Syntex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, strong, tough.
My way insurance, send my way,
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown, and I want to encourage you to dial *165# on MTN to join the My Way family. My Way provides you and a selected family member a cover against death. As a policyholder, you will also have a cover against total permanent disability and hospitalization should you be hospitalized for more than 2 nights. Dial *165# and join the family. Sanya My Way. No way.
My Way is a product of My Life and MTN Momo. Terms and conditions apply.
The search for a distinctive university to attend is now over. I introduce you to Heritage Christian College, located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, affiliated to KNUST and UCC, and accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission.
The university offers Bachelor of Business Administration programs with options in accounting with computing, marketing, accounting, human resource management, business information technology management, entrepreneurship and technology innovation, Bachelor of Science courses in information technology and information security, nursing, and a Bachelor of Theology. We offer student entrepreneurship training with financial support.
The entry qualifications include WASI, SSCE, GBCE, HND, and diploma in relevant fields. Mature entrants can also come if they are 25 years and above.
We also offer 12-month Master of Science programs in accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, and human resource management.
Contact us on 0547 777 731.
Heritage Christian College, a university educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
There's never been a better time to own a home. Republic Bank slashes interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. Yes, switch and sign on to any of our CD mortgages. Enjoy ultra low interest rates and pay less to live in your dream home. Coolé! Call 054 0109 649, 054 0109 901, or email myhome@republicghana.com. Offer is valid until 31st January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Here on Joy 99.7 FM. This is the CIMG radio program of the year. And an award-winning show has award-winning listeners. That's who you are. Thanks for choosing us. And thanks for making us number one. Now here's why. Here's why we are number one together. Because we talk about the things that matter to you. We care about you. How are you? How are you feeling? How is everything? How are you feeling? In fact, do you know? Do you know whether or not you're okay? Do you know whether your mental health is okay? Do you know whether there's anything at your workplace that is challenging your mental health? Do you work at one of those places? The minute you walk across the threshold, suddenly you start to feel some way. Winston described it very well this morning. Like the minute you walk through the door, it's like a cloud descends over you. Do you work in a place like that? Do you have times during your work, during your work day, when certain people walk into the room and immediately, in the fancies will say, "Who crying in a your soul escapes your body."
Yeah.
Are there people who make you feel like that at work? Are there certain tasks that you do at work that they just debilitate you mentally?
Kojo, these things that you're asking, sometimes you have to take your time and think about them and connect, because sometimes you feel like you're not well, you feel unwell, like you're sick, right? But you do all the tests and everything is negative. The doctor now sort of leads you, if they are conscious, they lead you into thinking about all the possible things, particularly at your workplace, that could be putting you in that state that you find yourself. So you have to actually think about it and connect.
So it requires professionals. That's the truth. So today's conversation is what will help us determine whether or not there's a problem that requires some professional intervention. And if there is, we'll tell you what to do about it. Stay with us.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, 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 joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the super morning show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
All right, let's get started. Now, if you're tired of the land wahala and the headaches of securing a piece of land in Ghana, and boy, it is a headache, discover peace of mind with Sidan Land Bank.
That's how you say it, right?
Sidan. Well, listen, they've brought form and structure to land acquisition to eliminate land insecurity, multiple claims, and legal disputes. Their approach to land investment is professional, it's hassle-free, it's designed for individuals, private investors, institutions, and corporations. Buy land, because God is not making it anymore. Find out where the people are going and buy the land before they get there. Listen, serviced land is available currently at the new airport city, Chopoli, Ningo Pram district as well, along the main Tema Aflao Road. If you want to know more, go and talk to Sidan Land Bank. You can call them on 030-395-5903 or 053-238-9050. You can also go to sidanlandbank.com. They spell Sidan, S-E-D-A-N. Okay, sidanlandbank.com. Sidan, buy the future now.
And you asked, we heard you. Silver Star Auto, the original Benz boss in Ghana for over 25 years, is inviting you to take advantage of their free inspection promotion and save big. So schedule your free inspection today and enjoy free inspection of your Mercedes-Benz vehicle. Also enjoy 15% discount on genuine spare parts. Visit any of their outlets in Accra. Find them on the Graphic Road, also Tema Kumasi. Extended promotion ends on Friday, 13th of October 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
And Societe Generale, your secure and trusted partner, is celebrating 20 years in Ghana. This significant milestone wouldn't have been possible but for you, our loyal customer. So this anniversary is dedicated to you. It's been a journey of triumphs, successes, and innovative financial solutions crafted to give you, your family, and business the best outcomes always. Our partnership with you has seen you and your families grow, your businesses and institutions succeed, and many dreams come true. Today, we're celebrating 20 years with you. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Now, are you one of those people, who piles up rubbish in heaps in front of your beautiful house? I hope not. If you are, change your style. Don't be like that. Or maybe you're one of those who waits for the rain and then you dump your rubbish in the gutter. Oh, maybe. Change your style. Don't be like that. Zoom Lion has gone digital. They've introduced a whole new baller style. Just dial star 857 hash on your phone to request a bin or make payments for your services with no hassle. Enjoy amazing discounts when you pay with star 857 hash across all networks. Call 050-151-8410 or DM them on social media to find out more. Change your baller style today. Chia, Nayamfa Baller. Zoom Lion, the waste management experts.
Now, Heritage Christian College, which is a university set up to provide a missing link in tertiary education, is affiliated to KNUST and accredited by G-Tech. They have these degree programs, BBA programs options, accounting with computing, accounting, marketing, human resource management, and business information technology management. Also BSc nursing, information technology, information security, and BA theology. They have 12-month specialized master's degree programs in accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, and human resource management. They also have professional courses, ICA, CIMG, CI, HRM, ICM UK, as well as media short courses. What makes them unique is the entrepreneurship training, which comes with financial support. They have the one student, one laptop policy with terms and conditions, affordable and flexible fee structure, as well as scholarships, all available. Entry requirements, WASI or ABC or GBCE, also HND or diploma, and you can enter as a mature student. You must be 25 years and above. Dial star 789 star 300 hash for online serial number and visit their website hcuc.edu.gh to apply. Find Heritage Christian College in Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Call them on 020-229-8399 or 0547-777-731. Heritage Christian College, a university training compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
And Toyota Ghana has unveiled an irresistible offer for you. For a limited time, they're offering huge price discounts on an exceptional range of vehicles, including the dynamic RAV4, the robust Hilux, the powerful Fortuner diesel, and luxurious Land Cruiser Prado. I love that car. And that's not all. When you make the decision to acquire any of these incredible vehicles, Toyota Ghana will reward you with an entire year of complimentary servicing. This golden opportunity won't be around forever, so pay a visit to any of their showrooms located in Accra, Kumasi, Tema, Tamale, Takwa, Takrady. Alternatively, you can reach out to them on 0302-910-204. Credit purchase is also available through special arrangement with their finance partners. Toyota, superior quality.
All right, so don't forget the Kingdom Books and Stationery Back to School promotion continues until the 31st of October 2023. You know what that means? It means you get 10 to 15% off All school items like textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so much more across all shops in all branches in all towns and cities: Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Winneba, and Cape Coast. So call 0302 764 101, or you can try 0302 764 209. You can also email info@kingdomgh.com, or just go to kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions
apply. And Republic Bank, master of mortgages, has gone even lower, offering you ultra low interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. So if you're planning to own, build, or improve your home, now is the time. Take advantage of this window of opportunity. Call their mortgage hub and speak to a specialist on this number: 054 010 9901. You can also send an email. Send it to myhome@republicghana.com. This offer is valid until 31st of January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. Good morning, Layla.
True story, yes.
And you know that, yes, good morning, Layla. But you know that a Parliamentary car engine can age faster. That's why we offer specially formulated coarse engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing coarse from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger
for longer. All right, well, it's time for the nutrition line from Nestle, and of course they offer good food for a good life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, eh? I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all in one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello, good morning. What a wonderful feeling to be alive and well. I hope you're doing amazing things. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Ajilisua. Welcome to Nestle Nutrition Line. Today we're examining some complications of osteoporosis, and we're going to re-emphasize how you can keep your risk level down. Just to recap, osteoporosis is a condition which affects the bone. Even though it manifests in the elderly, especially postmenopausal women, its origins are during adolescence and young adulthood. This is because up to your 30s, your body produces more bone than is destroyed, whilst in your 50s and beyond, you lose more bone than you make. So your body produces more bone while you're younger and loses more bone when you're older. This means prevention efforts for osteoporosis have to start very early. One complication of osteoporosis is limited mobility, where the affected person is unable to perform all normal activities due to fractures. Osteoporotic fractures can lead to depression, since the pain and loss of mobility can lead to loss of independence and increased stress. You can minimize your risk of developing osteoporosis by including calcium-rich foods such as fish with chewable bones, milk, kontomire and other green leafy vegetables, beans and nuts in your diet, especially during your early years. Regular physical activity during the growing years also helps increase the strength of your bones and will reduce your risk of osteoporosis. So off we go then to exercise. 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 120 Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For WhatsApp, SMS, or calls between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., the following numbers: 0593 845697, 0593 845649, 0593 845708. Alternatively, do send an email to consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. Now step out in confidence and style, because you are more than a conqueror. Smile and have a great day. Bye.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all in one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
It is a and the first KR this morning goes to the University of Cape Coast.
Fantastic.
The absolute #1 university in Ghana, #1 in West Africa,
and #7 in Africa.
In Africa, thank you.
I stand with you. I went to Central University.
You go explain Taya.
Let's get into the birthday messages.
So why is the producer?
Which are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
And Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone Papa Pet. When you went to a good university, you don't mind explaining, because that's what you were trained to do. Anyway, all right, so whose birthday is it?
Producer,
today
to take it easy.
Happy birthday to Mr. Andrew Obinyebo of Emmanuel Methodist Church at La Paz. This is the glorious day the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad. May He grant you a beautiful life full of good health and strength. And it's from Kwame and Rosemary Ofori of Snit. Belated happy birthday to Reverend Dr. Amishadai Owusu-Amwa, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. So yesterday was his birthday. He deserves a Kia. It's a Kia. And it's from all of us here, the multimedia group. To you also happy. Let me give a shout out to Dr. Ruth Jekum from the Holy Trinity Hospital. And a happy birthday to Sarah Boachi Gazy from Kayla Kiva Oheneba Bryan and Linda, who say they love you. Live long.
All right, now this is a belated one, very important. Belated happy birthday to Nana Yao Hayford Archer of Cornerstone International Academy, who turned 10 yesterday. Messages: may God order your steps in every stage of your life and give you good health and long life. It's from your parents, Nana Philip Archer and Ifya Owusua Archer, as well as all of your siblings.
And a happy birthday to Ochiami Kweju Amwakodakwa.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, Ochiami Kweju Amwakodakwa of Adum. Happy of Adum FM and Adum TV. Happy birthday to you, Ochiami Kweju Amwakodakwa.
Today is Becky's birthday. Our very own Becky, Rebecca.
Becky Bex?
Yes, Becky Bex. It's her birthday today.
Right now.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, Becky. Happy birthday,
yes.
darling.
All right, then. The Joy Sports Center is brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Standard Chartered Bank.
We're here for
good. Allianz Life Insurance.
We secure your future.
1xBet, your reliable bookmaker. And DSTV. It's your moment.
And I need you to imagine sitting in the stands at Anfield, cheering on Liverpool FC and joining several fans jump and scream at Mo Salah's stunning goal. Well, this dream could come true for you, because Standard Chartered wants to take you and your partner to Anfield to watch Liverpool FC play live. It's simple to be eligible. If you're And non-clients, just download the SC mobile app, open an account, start transacting. But if you're an existing client, then just keep transacting. Transact more to participate in this campaign. Remember, the more you transact, the more presents you gain in the basket for that final draw that selects the ultimate winner. This is your chance to experience Anfield with your partner, and there are other consolation prizes. So open that account and transact now to watch Liverpool FC play live at Anfield. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And we all have those days when we are low on everything: energy, time, cash, and even airtime and data. Well, that's why MTN Extra Time is an airtime and data advanced service that allows you to make calls or browse the internet even when you have insufficient balance. All you have to do is dial star 506 hash, that's star 506 hash, and go through the prompts and select the amount of airtime or data that you need. It's more than simple. Doing your favorite things on MTN means you don't get interrupted even when you're low on airtime or data. Please remember that all terms and conditions do apply.
Now, do you like watching sports and betting? Well, then you're going to love this offer from the world famous bookmaker 1xBet. With high odds, a huge selection of sports events, and a cool mobile app. Right now, 1xBet is offering 300% first deposit bonus. Sign up, use the promo code BETG and get a bonus of up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. 1xBet has a license to operate in Ghana, so you don't have to worry about your funds and its safety. Join millions of 1xBet players worldwide and win big. Gaza, I see the sports team has taken a decision to rest Fintuo from the microphone after yesterday's performance.
So in sports terms, his performance was so good that we needed to let him train a couple of people. And so he's going on a worldwide tour
to sing like him,
to sing like he did yesterday.
Never.
Because we are spreading the good cheer and good news.
On behalf of the innocent people of Ghana, we beg him never to do that again.
Well, it's for those people to judge, not for us to judge. Yesterday's singing was what we call epic, historic, iconic. Yes. The Joy Sports Center is here. Thank you for your time. Fentio Tahiru is on a worldwide tour. Gary Al Smith here. And yesterday, the Black Stars held their first training session at the Charlotte FC training ground, that's in the US, in preparation for the upcoming international friendly against Mexico on Saturday. Unfortunately, Chris Hughton faced the absence of 4 players due to injuries. Haruna Mubarak, my producer, has more.
It was not the start of the preparations Chris Hughton was hoping for. Despite naming 23 players for the friendlies against Mexico and the United States, only 19 players were available and took part in yesterday's training session. Injuries have ruled out Brighton's right back Tariq Lamptey, Besiktas defender Daniel Amate, Fenerbahce's Alexander Djiku, and Red Star Belgrade's Osman Bukhari. The quartet are expected to miss the 2 friendlies. However, the technical team has reacted to the setback by handing call-ups to Kingsley Schindler, Jerome Opoku, and Stefan Ambrosius. The first friendly match featuring the Ghana national team against Mexico comes off this Saturday, followed by a match against the United States 3 days later. Chris Hughton will use the 2 games to assess his team ahead of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers in November.
Yeah, so that will be in November, the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. But the Black Stars will also be keeping an eye on neighboring Ivory Coast, because tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. the AFCON draw will be live, and that is where the Black Stars will know what group they'll be in at the AFCON in 2023, in 2024 January in the Ivory Coast, and of course which cities they'll be based in and so on. The Ivory Coast last hosted the AFCON in 1992, as you know, and ahead of that, the Confederation of African Football and Puma have signed an agreement that will see Puma serve as a technical partner of the AFCON. And as you may know, for a long time now, the technical partner for the AFCON has been Umbro. So they've been providing the balls and stuff like that. Now, this deal covers the 2023 AFCON next year and other tournaments. Puma will be supplying the official match balls as well as kitten referees. And as you know, Puma have a long-standing relationship with African football, and at recent tournaments you could find the German sportswear manufacturer kitten more teams than any other sportswear brand. Nike, Adidas, everybody else. Puma has always been for the last 15 years or so. The terms of the deal with AFCON and CAF were not disclosed, but what was said was that The AFCON ball will be unveiled tomorrow in Abidjan at the draw. All right. Anyway, so speaking of African stuff, and we are keeping an eye on the CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup because Ghanaian teams will be there, and Mediama have clarified that they still have put forward the T&A Park as their home ground, okay, for their matches, but there's also Baba Yara Stadium and the Cape Coast Stadium, which CAF officially recognizes, even though they have put forward the T&A Park to use in their Group D games, where they'll be facing Al Ali of Egypt, CR Belouizdad of Algeria, and Tanzania's Young Africans. Dreams FC will also host their home games in the CAF Confederation Cup group stage. They've chosen the Cape Coast Stadium also. So they are set to participate in the group stages for the first time in their history. They are in Group C with Nigerian side Rivers United, Club Africain, and fellow debutants AP Lobito of Angola. The Joyce Sports Center still on, and we have news from the electronic partners of the GFA, NASCO, who have presented various electronic products to outstanding players and coaches in the 2022-2023 football season. At a brief ceremony at the corporate head office in Accra yesterday, NASCO presented electronic gadgets to the Premier League's player of the season, Vincent Atinga, coach of the season, Evans Augustin Adote, and top scorer, Abednego Tete. Elam Benaya was there for us.
2022-23 Ghana Premier League champions, Mediama SC, swept multiple awards in the men's category as they stood out last season. Former Mediama defender Vincent Atinga was presented with the NASCO GPL Player of the Year prize for his outstanding performance for the Mauve and Yellow last season.
NASCO has been good throughout the season, has done their very, very best. Every work you are doing, not in football per se, you need to play with passion. You need to do everything in life with passion, because you don't know who will be there, who will be out there looking at you.
Head coach Evans Adote was also presented with the GPL Coach of the Year award. Abednego Tete was also given his award for being the top goal scorer last season. In the women's category, head coach of Apem Dakwa Ladies, Jo Nana Adakwa, was presented with his award for being named as coach of the season after guiding his side to retain the title. Maria Ponsa walked home with 2 prizes for being named Player of the Year as well as top goal scorer in the Ghana Women's Premier League last season. Helen Alomenu of Isiam Socrates was also rewarded for being named the discovery of the 2022-23 season.
Speaking of outstanding teams in the Ghana football system, Mediama, the champions of the GPL, are out of the country. They are expected to arrive in Washington, D.C. later today for a friendly match with D.C. United, which is set to take place at the Audi Field on Saturday. However, uncertainties loom over the match's status due to widespread reports suggesting that the U.S. Embassy in Ghana purportedly denied visas to several players. How true is this? Here's the brand and marketing manager of Mediama, Ebenezer Adu.
I think that we are going to US to make Ghana and then the people of Western region. Initially, we were going with 19, 5 players and a young movies. According to the ministry, that's the tourism, they applied for a special appeal. Yeah. They are really on the councillors to make sure that they push that appeal to make sure that those 5 players, together with Amo Makana Yemomo, join team. I mean, the game is Saturday. Okay. So if Nyame Adumna or Chinakra, it means 4 business now. The players can travel tomorrow night.
Right, Ebenezer Adu of Mediama speaking to our sister station Asempa FM there. Meanwhile, sports management professional Neil Armstrong Motabe has emphasized the importance of Ghanaian clubs actively engaging with media as a means of gaining positive exposure on the global stage, just like Mediama are doing. Now, he was speaking at the Joy Sports Joy Business Thought Leadership event on Monday, where he urged clubs to make themselves available and stop hiding.
A broadcast team is put together to go and telecast live a game in a venue. I'll not mention the venue before I get political problems. But a venue in Ghana. They get there. The game is advertised as the 6 p.m. or the 3 p.m. game, and that TV crew are told you cannot televise this game because the home team have said you will not telecast the game. And I just give that as one example. I could give several of them. So we talked about advice. The advice I give to my, let's say, self and my brothers and sisters in football is, if it is that we are saying that our media, our colleagues in the media must project us, then we need to configure ourselves and have a mindset that is open for us to be leveraged. Because without that mindset, a lot of what we are saying here will not be practically done. So, advice, my brothers and sisters in football, we need to be open and need to understand that when the spotlight is on us, it actually inures to our benefit.
Right, so Neil Armstrong Mortabe speaking there. Let's go abroad, because now our Joy Sports Joy Business Thought Leadership event was predicated on learning from Saudi Arabia's recent domination of the global football landscape. And as if Saudi knew that this was happening, guess what? Saudi Arabia are hands-on favorites to host the World Cup in 2034, because you know the 2030 World Cup has been given to 6 countries, 3 in South America, and then also Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. Yesterday, Saudi Arabia announced officially that it's taking the second step to bid for the 2034 World Cup by submitting what they call a letter of intent to host the event. All right, so the Saudi Football Federation said that once they had declared their intention on Wednesday to bid, over 70 FIFA countries or member associations from across different continents have publicly pledged their support for the kingdom. And as we understand here at Joy Sports, that it's almost a done deal. Saudi Arabia will be announced as the host of the 2034 World Cup. In Europe, one player we would have expected to be at the next World Cup will not be there because he will no more be seen on the pitch.
And running at Koscielny, Ignato's gone all the way and scored a beautiful goal. Eden Hazard, magical. Hazard, he'll get there. Eden Hazard, it's a magnificent equaliser. A special moment from a special player. At a very daunting time for Antonio Conte, but Hazard has come. That's a dream pass from Pedro.
Oh, Eden Hazard, what a footballer. From the age of 19, he dominated. He was king of all he surveyed in France and then came to England. Had a great time with Chelsea, but he's retired at only 32 years. 32. Injuries would not allow him to be great. So he joined Real Madrid from Chelsea in 2019 for £89 million, but played just 54 league games for the Spanish Giants and left the club at the end of last season. He won 2 Premier League titles during his time at the Bridge. Elsewhere, referees chief Howard Webb says steps have been taken to avoid a repeat of the controversy surrounding Luis Diaz's disallowed goal for Liverpool against Spurs. Video assistant referee Darren England did not overrule when Diaz was wrongly flagged offside last month. Liverpool, of course, lost that game by 2-1. And the last thing I'll tell you is that yesterday, the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland were announced as the hosts of Euro 2028 by UEFA, and Italy and Turkey will be the joint hosts of the 2032 tournament. So, announcements about lots of things being done. Saudi Arabia will be hosting, most likely, the 2034 World Cup. UK and Ireland will be hosting Euro 2028. Yeah, that's it for the sport here. Gary Al Smith, we are building up to the AFCON draw tomorrow at 7 p.m. Please follow us on our socials for more updates on that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Gary. With sports this morning here on the Super Morning Show, and our social media messages brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Ghana AIDS Commission tests to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health. And GTP Lifestyle.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah. Download it, you gon' enjoy it. In my rhyming check, in my rhyming check. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
It's Joy 99.7 FM. This is the Super Morning Show. We have a conversation today. Does your workplace environment support your mental health? That's a big story this morning. But it's 8 o'clock, so let's quickly bring you the Joy Business Minute. Thanks to Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, we stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts. Here's the Joy Business Minutes.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts. The World Bank has justified the 1.5% end-of-year projection for Ghana. This is despite the Bank of Ghana and Fitch Solutions' position that the economy will expand by more than 3%. The International Monetary Fund has lowered Ghana's average inflation forecast for this year to 42.2% from the earlier 45.4%. That's according to its latest World Economic Outlook report. Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etienne has called for an increment in royalties paid to government by mining firms. According to him, Ghana earns relatively low income as royalties from foreign mining companies. And the EU has warned Elon Musk that X is being used to spread disinformation after Hamas's attack on Israel. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, your generator expert.
Wake up, good morning, good morning.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
I love this station. Highly spiritual.
We have a highly spiritual exercise this morning on the Super Morning Show, and we all need it. It's a really important conversation. We're talking about mental health at the workplace. Business Minutes here on the Super Morning Show, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator expert. So Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. And they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They stock genuine spare parts of all kinds of generators as well. And they rent out generators. They are in East Legon. You can find them on the Lagos Avenue Road opposite Tomrick Hotel in Tema, on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. And find their head office in Odoko is at number 77 Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road. They have branches nationwide, so just look out for Anointed, the generator expert. And if you have a need for a generator, or you want your generator maintained, or you want to rent a generator for a special occasion, just talk to Anointed Electricals. Call them on their hotline 0243 480 334 0243 480 334. And Ray and Winston, I've just been thinking about it. You know, when Winston, you asked, is there something in the environment where you work, like once you walk in, something that sort of stresses you, makes you, even though you are well rested, you yourself, you know that you rested well, but you just get into the workplace and you're feeling some way?
Now, there was a study done in 2019, and this actually was considering for different races, but in the US, right, how they react to environment stresses. Sometimes even the shaping of the building can actually affect the mental health of the person. When there is not, okay, so Sami mentioned colors. I was like the third one. The first one they mentioned was how the building is done, and
so the structure.
Yes, how accessible the place is to air sources.
Right.
So where to get a fresh breath of air, and all of that. Then there is also the part where Sami mentioned. They also complain about ergonomics, how your office area is arranged, that it doesn't put pressure on the body, the back, which invariably affects the brain, and then it creates a problem for you. So you feel that you are stuffed in a corner of a sort, and you are struggling to not only breathe, but even though it's not very obvious, like you don't have asthma or any of the other situations. The other issue they raised was colors. Do we know that certain colors can actually promote better mental health? I had no idea. But apparently, certain colors are more likely to give you a better perspective to life and enlighten you when you see it in the morning than other colors. And the examples they gave about learning and the differences between yellow for a bus, blue for a classroom arrangement, or any of the other. So, I mean, I did not know some of these things were real, but they moved into more tangible things.
Right.
The environment for working, if you feel that you have a big load of work to do and you are behind schedule, even before you wake up, it stays in your subconscious overnight. Even before you wake up, there are those stresses that happen. So immediately you see the office and realize that I have to deliver on this, it becomes a problem. Management of your work load. The other issue that has been raised big time is the relationship with the people in the office. If you are people who actually, so they use words like, who elevate their voice in engaging, so you are afraid that that's going to happen, or if you appear to have people who are aggressive in the engagement with people, and people who do not de-escalate situations, you are more likely to feel stressed when you walk into the office. The fourth one is the monetary impact. That one, they trace it from home and back to the office. Like if you feel that the amount of money you are receiving, it's not worth the kind of job you are doing, it invariably puts on you a certain level of stress that makes it difficult for you to not only deliver, but you feel you don't have to be in the office at the time. So it affects your stay in that office. I mean, those are what they used. But what I didn't get was how this disproportionately affects people of the black race. I mean, yeah, because apparently you people are more predisposed to
Well, Raymond, the last time Dr. Collins Ajiman-Bedu,
yes,
who's a psychologist at the University of Ghana, sent me this article, and he asked me the simple question: so who takes care of you, the journalist? And I'm sure you may have done this before. I mean, I was having a conversation with Dr. Yawasaf when I told him that anytime I wake up in the morning, for those of us who are hypertensive, whenever I've checked my blood pressure in the morning, you expect it to be very low, but it's not low.
Yeah.
In fact, in the afternoon, sometimes around 4 p.m., when you get home, your blood pressure is normal. But I'm probably thinking, I've been sleeping.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I expect that he says, well, you know your kind of job. I mean, once you wake up, you're on the road. In fact, you wake up thinking about everything that you're going to say. And after thinking about all that you want to say, when you walk into that environment, it should be one that relaxes you. In the West, what I have seen in some of the schools is that, look, they actually, for international students, they have people there who even ask you questions about happenings at home. They want to know whatever is happening to you, even in your home country. At every instance, they want to know that you are of sound mind in order to pursue the course that you're in there to pursue.
I didn't know you can even give an excuse that you've not been in touch with parents or people from home for some time, so it stresses you.
Exactly.
I didn't know that was a very plausible excuse for you to stay out of class.
And
I've used it a couple of times. But
once upon a time, the late Elvis Kwasi, may he so continue to rest in peace, said all the time that because we spend a lot of time at the workplace, the workplace should be the most suitable place, most friendly environment, because the workplace then becomes our family. And imagine in an environment where nothing works.
The place you are paying more money for, as in your rent and on the place you are living, you may not spend so much time there. You check it. Sometimes you get home late, right? And for example, I mean, Wednesdays and Thursdays, for example, I will get home, let's say, around after 8 o'clock. That means that since morning till that time, I might be nowhere near the house. You think about the time I'll get home and ask where I live my life. So I live my life more in the office, for most people actually, than in the house. So your stresses might be triggers in the office more than what's happening at home, and they may be combining. Now, I was talking about some study. There was a study that was done among psychiatric nurses in Ghana. This was conducted between March 2022 and May 2021. a cross section. In fact, it actually took 311 participants. They used a sampling system to determine this. The results exposes that 19.6% of these psychiatric nurses experience mild to severe depression, while 27% grappled with mild to severe anxiety. Even more alarming, 42% of these nurses reported experiencing mild to high levels of stress. These are psychiatric nurses. So it's not just about journalists or where you work or you think that you are getting a lot more stress on you. It appears that generally the environment of work, if it's not suited nicely. So a mother, for example, she brings the child to work. She doesn't know where to keep the child. She can't leave the child to anybody at home. She has to keep the child. She doesn't know whether some places are provided nurseries.
Yeah.
Where somebody's in charge of your child the period you are at work. So you don't have to think about the welfare of your child because the child is close by.
There was also another study that somebody shared about legal, the people in the legal profession, particularly those who write either the bar exam or the entrance exam, talked about depression in the legal profession. I think when we get into the discussion, we should also pay attention to the findings in that area as well.
Have you heard of Kolebo or suicide? This used to be
Medical
the refrain
students.
of medical students at Legon when you were doing biological science. Because you were afraid that if you don't make it, you are a failure in life.
Yeah.
So rarely people just coin the term Kolebo or suicide.
Yeah.
So let's hear from you. Join us on X. Just post your messages on X with the hashtag JoySMS. Send your WhatsApp messages to 05511119997. Our social media messages here on the show brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Ghana AIDS Commission. Test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health and GTP lifestyle.
Mav, before I get into the EcoBank USSD, it's important that we state, that the Volta River Authority has been spilling because the Akosombo Dam has reached its maximum level.
Right.
And they've issued another statement indicating that they are monitoring and it looks like it's gotten to its maximum level again. And so they may have to spill, in excess water. Now, it's impacting a lot of communities. I have seen videos from Mepe, Bato, Adidome, Sogankope, Sokwe, and other areas where homes are flooded.
Wow.
I am telling you.
So those videos, right?
Yeah, those videos. I've just been speaking to the Member of Parliament for North Tong. And so the areas that I've mentioned, Mefe, Bato, and these areas that are flooded, people don't have places to sleep. And so even as we talk about all of these things, imagine not having a place to sleep. And it's like the issue hasn't really caught national attention, so a lot of help is not being extended to them.
So we knew they were going to open up this.
Yes.
The entire idea is that there should be NADMO deployed, be on standby in this area because districts have NADMO offices, right? So that they can provide some relief service, so that you warn the people, help and teach them where they should go if they immediately have to. Because some of these things you can actually determine to what extent the damage will be, at least forecast.
Yeah.
We cannot let us people only losing properties, but being distressed to this level. We may even end up having lives being lost in the process if we don't take care. Because if a farmer is somewhere hidden in his farm, he may not be able to get the same information that people are delivering.
Yeah.
What systems do we put in place? What did we deploy on the grounds to make sure that we have this covered too? Because let's not mince words. These are also Ghanaians. So no matter which corner they find themselves.
Absolutely. We have to get into, so what are their needs?
We will get into that. We'll get into that tomorrow on the show extensively because some of our colleagues are getting there now to see the impact at first hand. But every day, people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name it. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, there's one you would always want to remember: *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank money emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime, data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will come to your rescue. Just dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank.
Now, Mama V, would you want a CCTV camera with on-screen display menu and easy configuration?
Of course,
how about
I do.
chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machine too? I mean, let me just bring you to some other gadgets, all types of phones and accessories. You want smart TVs? Which inch would you prefer? Franco air conditioning between the ranges of 1.5 to 2.5. I know I've been making promises to you, but Franco has taken delivery of fresh stock, which you can choose from. If I can't buy you the other one, I'm sure these ones, because it's 40%.
Political promises.
Oh,
You
boss.
promised me Toyota. You promised me Franco. Okay, you go on.
Yes, 40% discount. If I can't buy the other ones, this one, because there is 40% discount, I'll try. No matter the difficulties in this one, I'll be able to buy.
Try a bim.
Yes. Of course, they are available in all the shops of Franco nationwide. You can also download the Franco Trading app on Play Store and also on the website francotrading.com. And don't pick up the numbers. So let me be the liaison. Don't pick up the numbers on Google. Call these numbers rather. 0246 422 338. 0246 422 rather 338 or 055 59 39311. So those two numbers, if you also want to call, I am promising you that if you make a choice out of these things, I don't care no matter the inches that you are looking out for, with 40% discount, yeah, Franco and I can deliver.
I am sorted.
Okay.
So, we're talking about mental health, and there's an estimated $5 billion that we lose annually here in Ghana due to mental health related issues. Does your workplace environment support your mental health? Get interactive with us. Our big stories on the show brought to you by Vodafone. Further together, latest film, your partner for life. Belmonte by CPL Developers, the ultimate luxury experience. And Access Bank, that's your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking.
Now, October is actually Vodafone Care Month. This month is dedicated to celebrating our cherished customers. As we join the world to celebrate Customer Service Week, we say thank you very, very much for being part of the Vodafone Ghana family. Your continued trust, patronage, and also faith in us drives our passion to serve you better each day. There'll be lots of cash, data, airtime, and other surprises for all customers during this Vodafone Care Month. Keep using my Vodafone app, Toby, and also all our digital channels to enjoy these amazing rewards. Vodafone Care Month is hashtag team service, hashtag live digital, and also Vodafone. Further together.
And if you're looking for a 1-seater, 2-seater, 3-seater, or L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotel, if you're looking for comfort, durability, quality, and that perfect finishing, look no further, because Latest Foam is your one-stop shop, whatever your choice or budget. Buy from the best, not the imitated. Buy Latest Foam. Latest Foam, your partner for life.
I know you guys fly to Nigeria sometimes. I have good news. Good news. There's some fresh airline landing here in Ghana. One of Nigeria's foremost airlines is set to touch down here in Accra.
I'm supposed to be there this weekend.
So you can wait for it. After the launch, then you can begin to book. Ibom Airlines will on Tuesday, the 17th of October 2023, commence its inaugural flight into the beautiful city of Accra. So if you're planning a trip to Lagos, Nigeria, you want to depart on time, do you want to experience top-notch customer service, then look no further. Book now to enjoy the special introductory fare. Oh, there you have it, Raymond. Book now so you can enjoy the special introductory fare. With Ibom Air, you'll enjoy scheduled reliability, on-time departures, and excellent service, making your journey truly unforgettable. And here's the best part. You can fly daily from Lagos to Accra with Ibom Air. It's a daily trip. You had it right. Daily flight twice, ensuring you have the flexibility you need. So don't wait any longer. Book your adventure now at ibomair.com. That's IBOMAIR.com and be part of the excitement, or visit the City Travel Office at the first floor, Nesta Square, South Liberation Link Road, Accra, or call 0202 325-226 or 0303 957 033. You can also get your ticket at the Ibom Air Counter, Kotoka International Airport, Terminal 3. Stay tuned to Joy for a chance to win exciting prizes from Ibom Air. Ibom Air, connecting Nigeria and Ghana in style. Don't miss out. Book your flight today and experience the connection like never before. Save the date is October 17, 2023. It's 19 minutes after 8.
This is your superstation Joy 99.7 FM, and it's the Super Morning Show. We're discussing mental health at the workplace. Send your comments to 055-111-11997. Post on X with the hashtag Joy SMS.
Doing gets you learning. Learning starts you wondering. Wondering triggers thinking. Thinking becomes planning. Planning evolves to trying. After trying, you're succeeding, winning, owning. Now, doing that starts with outdoing your limits. Outdo them all with MTN. So, what are we doing today?
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet. Big bonuses, big odds, big wins. Download 1xBet app, make a deposit, and you get 300% bonus on up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. The biggest bonus ever. 1xBet is a reliable bookmaker. So head up to 1xBet.com.gh. Register with promo code Welcome Ghana and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit right now. Have a chance to win. 1xBet gives you more. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Ajwa, the online page for the new business account was in shambles yesterday. We lost the page.
Tell me about it.
We started off very confident, and then the office broadband went down. When we set up the hotspot from the phone to reconnect, the data allocation also got finished.
You are joking.
I wish. The meeting room was hot. Kobe quickly tried calling them to give us some more time, but he had no airtime. Total chaos. They also gave us feedback that our website didn't have enough information. How can you run a business this way and hope to grow?
Oh dear.
Your business communication can be way better than this. Vodafone One Business is a complete communications package that gives you broadband with data transfer to mobile phones, mobile package with free calls among employees, landline with free calls and website design plus domain name registration. At Vodafone Business, we understand that strong connections within your business lead to success. Call 050-777-9000 or sign up by sending an email to sme@vodafone.com. Vodafone, further together.
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Some banks treat you like this. Others like this. But at Access Bank, we treat you like this. Why settle for less when the best customer experience starts and ends at Access Bank? We are always on call all week from Monday to Sunday to offer you the best financial advice and solutions. It's not just talk, it's about time you experienced it too. Visit any Access Bank branch today or call us toll free 0800 00 4400.
Access Bank, more than banking.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra. Oh, how? Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us. Okay.
Yes, if you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service. Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish, your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG, we stand with you.
Oh, yo. Coffee in your
That's right here on the CIMG radio program of the year. We're live across the world, and right now if you're tuned into Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, we say thank you for choosing us, and also a big thank you to those of you in the central region listening to ATL 100.5 megahertz. All right, so if you're on X, you can join this conversation. There's an X space conversation that you can join so that you can carry us with you wherever you're going in your AirPods or headsets as we get into this all-important national conversation. It's about mental health. Okay, it's Mental Health Month. We're drawing attention to this much neglected aspect of human endeavor, our mental health. I'll be honest, we don't quite even know what it's supposed to look like. What does a healthy mind look like? Do we know? Well, we'll try and figure out how our work environment influences this. And as a nation, what we ought to be doing to make our workplaces more conducive to good mental health. Okay, our guests for that conversation, Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur is a senior medical officer and clinical psychologist. He's the acting director of the University of Professional Studies Medical Directorate. He's the PRO for the Ghana Psychological Association. He's a lecturer and a family health. He's a lecturer of family health. Medical University. My goodness, you're a busy man. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. Also with us, Eric Hosu-Kumi is the senior clinical psychologist at Trust Hospital. He's the CEO of Psych Connect, Ghana Limited. He's the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Happiness Digest. I feel like I need that publication in my life. Eric Hosu-Kumi, thank you for joining us. Good morning. All right, we'll be hearing more from our guests in a moment. But first, a wise man once said, don't just make money, make a difference. And at ABSA, they believe in helping you make a difference through their personal loans. With an ABSA personal loan, you can get up to 500,000 Ghana cedis, collateral free, to finance your personal projects. Now, with a flexible payment plan of up to 7 years, fixed and competitive interest rates, the ABSA personal loan is just what you need to open the door to the life you deserve. So visit the nearest ABSA branch or call your personal banker to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, sometimes buying your car insurance isn't the problem. It is when you forget to renew it and get into trouble with the police, or when you're involved in an accident. Instant car insurance is now on Haptel. Get your instant car insurance sticker anytime. No long things, just install the Haptel app, enter your car number for your instant insurance sticker. You can also set a reminder for the next renewal date. Go to haptel.com/app to install your Haptel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Haptel is everything you.
Now, just imagine that you are invited to like an event, okay, spanning, a whole day, a whole Saturday, and all you do is you eat, you sing karaoke, you play games, do egg hunts, and then of course it all culminates with an epic after dark party. Well, there's exactly that happening on Saturday the 14th of October. It's called the Extra O Food Invasion 2023. Extra O, love it. Okay, tickets are wallet friendly, 50 Ghana cedis and 100 Ghana cedis. Dial star 713 star 33 star 665 hash, or just go to Food Invasion GH on any of the social media platforms. It is brought to you by American Soybean Association and Wish, which is WISHH. It's powered by The Little Cow and Shack Express with Joy Prime as media partners. Extra O Food Invasion, serving not just food but nutrition for all.
So do you like the sound of free? Yes, free. Simply register with PrideBet and you get to enter the free daily sports quiz to win 25,000 Ghana cedis every day. So what are you waiting for? Visit pridebet.com.gh now to play. All new players also get 100% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Brand India grower PrideBet. PrideBet, let's go. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. The PrideBet 1 Ghana city and a dream, 1 cities and a dream bet code for weekend games, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday games. Log into pridebet.com.gh and click on Bet Slip. If you don't have a PrideBet account, register now. In the Bet Slip, enter the code 228Z7. Stake 1 Ghana cedis and stand the chance to win over 20,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay, shall we go?
Sure.
All right. Look, we spend most of our time in the workplace. So if any environment has more influence on us than any other, it is your work environment. But even though you might very easily identify the effects that your work environment has on your physical health, you know, if you work in a very hot room that causes you headaches, I'm sure it won't be difficult for you to recognize that. But do you have any idea whether there are aspects of your work environment that are affecting your mental health? Do you even know the state of your mental health? Well, it's a topic worth exploring, especially in a month like this. So, as part of our mental health awareness campaign, we want to focus on mental health in the workplace. Our guests are Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur and Eric Housu Kumi. Once again, thank you both for making the time.
Thank you.
Thanking us.
Yeah. All right. So, look, maybe I'll start from this. When we talk about mental health in the workplace, is it different from mental health in any other place of a person's life? Dr. Arthur.
So, probably let me simply define mental health. Mental health is defined on 3 levels: how you think, feel, and behave. So thinking, feeling, and behavior. So if you have any thinking or feelings or behavior that is affecting your life negatively, right, probably it's causing some distress, you know, or dysfunction. What it means is that you're not able to function well. You wake up in the morning, you're all over the place, you don't feel like stepping out, you don't feel like bathing, you come to work and it's all over the place. Then again too, is it causing damage to everything around you? You know, so your relationships are affected, your work, your academics. You know there's something wrong because of how you're thinking or feeling or behaving. Then again too, deviation from social norms. So what it means is that how we think, feel, and behave usually fits a certain social norms. So in Joy News, Joy FM, there are standards. There's a way that we behave when we come to work. But if someone deviates, the question is why? The why may be under mental health. Right? So mental health goes beyond respectfully someone lying on the streets. You know, so any thinking or feelings or behavior that is affecting your life, it means likely mentally you are not healthy. Right? And usually there are 6 core areas that is likely to be affected when you're mentally not healthy. Right? So your ability to cope and adjust to life situations. You know, so you realize you're struggling to cope. Sorry.
That's okay. Shall we get Doc some water?
On a day-to-day, you know, because we all go through stuff and we need to cope and adjust. So anybody who struggles to cope and adjust, it's likely that their mental well-being is affected. 2, if you are mentally healthy, you're able to, maybe before I go to the 2, so physically we can measure your well-being. You go to the hospital, they check your BP, pulse, and all those things. Then they say you are physically healthy. Mental health too, there are areas we look at. We look at your functioning on various levels. And those areas is usually impacted negatively when you have some mental health issues. You may not even have a disease, mental illness, but you may have a mental health issue. Yeah, some difficulty with your mental well-being. It doesn't mean that you have a diagnosed mental disorder, which follows a certain criteria, right? So the first area that is significantly affected, that is a measure of the quality of mental well-being, is ability to cope and adjust. Then again, to your ability to form and maintain meaningful relationships. You know, so all relationships dynamics is under mental health. So if you're mentally healthy, you realize that generally you're able to relate with people better, you're able to resolve conflicts easily, you know, you're able to form various associations and be functional with relationships. And one of the critical areas that is affected, you realize that generally everybody become irritable, having conflicts here and there. It's a sign that there's a problem. Then again, to identity, you know, your ability to see yourself in a positive way. If you are mentally healthy, you know, you're able to appreciate your internal and external qualities without having some negative perception about yourself. So identity issues, you know, and now social media has made it worse. You know, and some research will tell you that majority of the people who are addicted to social media, they use social media to cope with depression. You know, so people's perception about themselves, and there are people who are doing all kinds of things on social media to feel good about themselves. The likes and all those things is what makes them feel that they are doing something with their lives. Then again, to your ability to pursue your goals in life, pursue purpose, right? And so if you are mentally healthy, you should be able to dream and achieve those dreams. So those who are struggling, and that is why career related issues and all those things, purpose, meaning, and all those things is even under mental health. Then again, you're able to.
Claire, you're talking about the ability to pursue these goals, not to achieve them, right?
No, so to dream about it, to even strategize to achieve it, and to achieve it. Because if you are mentally healthy, when you wake up, you have a dream, you are working it out, you're trying to do it. Well,
so
almost.
You're able to start something and complete it.
Right.
Yes.
And at a point when you realize this is not something you can complete, you should be able to reevaluate and then find other strategies to get it done.
And that is a function of your mental, capacity, ability to do that. Then again, you should be able to live independently, right? If we compare it with your age group, we expect some level of independence for kids, for adolescents, for young adults, for elderly. So if you realize that you don't own your own thoughts, you are not able to wrap your head around responsibilities yourself, you're struggling to be independent on all levels. Because we have the capacity to be independent, to think about things, to be able to say that at a certain level, we expect some level of independence. And almost every mental health issue affects that. Then again, finally, your presence in any social space is positive when you are mentally healthy. So your ability to contribute meaningfully to society. So you go to work environment, there are people who are destructive. They are the cause of the problems. Extending it to Ghana, right? The problems we have. The question is why? Why are people being destructive? Why are they not being socially positive in terms of their influence on society? But if you are mentally healthy, you always want to do things to improve on your environment. If it's home, at work, the country. It's a function of a good mental well-being. If you see someone who is very, very destructive, they don't care, they are messing everything up and stuff. It's a sign that mentally they are not doing so well. So all these areas.
So when people suggest that in Ghana we don't like to see people do well, we don't like to do the right thing, they are actually describing what might be a symptom of poor mental health.
Yes. So I'm happy you use a poor mental health, not an illness.
Yeah. Interesting. You've given me 6 of these pillars, by the way, not 7. So we have coping and adjusting. We have the ability to form and maintain meaningful relationships. We have identity, so being able to see yourself in a positive way. We have purpose and goals, the ability to pursue them, to start and complete things. We have the ability to live independently and the ability to contribute meaningfully to society. Are we missing one?
No, it's fine. I said 6. So
you said 6. Oh, yes. And yeah, awesome. Okay, good. So this is a very comprehensive description of what a mentally healthy person should be able to do. Okay, let's bring this now into the workplace. Are there things in the workplace that affect an average person's ability to effectively do these 6 things?
Thank you very much. So, like my colleague said, when we talk about mental health, let's be clear, we're not talking about mental illness.
Yeah.
So, just like somebody is healthy and somebody is sick. So, the opposite of mental health is mental illness, but the illness is the far opposite. But so many things can happen between mental health and mental illness.
So it's a scale.
Yeah, it's a scale. So it's a continuum. So there are people who are healthy, okay, physically, everything is fine with them. But like he said, they are not able to cope with difficulties that people expect them to be able to cope with. So they have mental health issues. They don't have any diagnosis of a mental health like a depression and anxiety or maybe some post-traumatic. Then there are those people who have been diagnosed with a condition, but because they are taking their medication, they are doing all the things that they need to do to come back and follow their dreams, be purposeful in life, go to work, function. They have mental health. So we should be clear about the distinction. And so the fact that you are diagnosed doesn't mean you can't have mental health. You just have to make sure you are going for treatment and doing the things that you need to do. Then when we come to the workplace, okay, so many factors can influence our mental health at work. For instance, you have a difficult boss, very difficult, and he wants only his ideas to happen. But like he said, we are human beings. Every human being is independent. We have capacity to generate thoughts, ideas, and then pursue them. And so if anytime I generate an idea and then my boss throws it away into the trash, and to the extent that some bosses can insult you, use abusive words, and then sometimes when you are a female, the chance that you will not be regarded when you want to contribute at work. Okay, there are instances where somebody can tell a female subordinate that, but you belong to the kitchen. They can even ask, have you finished giving birth before you want to contribute these ideas? This can also affect the mental health quality of people at the workplace. Then there are some instances where somebody with a diagnosis, okay, is stigmatized at the workplace. So for instance, somebody displays some psychotic behavior. He behaves funny, in quotes, or abnormally. Everybody at the workplace or Joy FM sees the person. So the person is taken for treatment. He comes back and everybody begins to react, respond, and then do things differently with that person. That will affect the person's mental health. So even though the person is on very good medication to make him active and purposeful, I know the guy, I know what he does. I bring something, and the moment I come around, everybody is trying to withdraw. People don't want to engage me. I will know, because I know the people I'm dealing with. And when they change towards me, it will affect me. So we should be mindful that when people get treated, mental illness are treatable like any other physical illness. And so when you know anybody with any mental health condition and is going through treatment, what we need is to support these people. Because one, we know it is discriminatory. We know it is negatively labeled. And so the person himself going through this difficulty is having difficulties trying to communicate and then engage. And so any sign of lack of support, any sign of discriminatory behavior would impact negatively this person's mental health.
Yeah, so let me just add to what my colleague talked about. Also responsibilities and expectations at work. So what you expected to do and the responsibilities. Sometimes we have an unhealthy expectations of our staff, and that creates a lot of problems for them, because we are limited in what we can do at a time. And regardless of how we want to push individuals to perform, we all have our own limits. And it's even individualized. There are some people, based on even their childhood growth and experiences, they can actually withstand a lot of stress and pressure. Others can't. So some responsibilities may be a headache for one staff and not necessarily a headache for another staff. And that is why even in dealing with staff, you need to be individualized in your approach to every staff. You can't say, we are all, we are all doing the same things. Why are you complaining? We're all different. So responsibilities. Then again, I look at the relationships at work. So if, for example, you have very, very good relationships at work, that alone becomes a stress reliever. You come to work and you're excited coming because you're going to have people you care about who you have a very good relationship with at work. So in your office, if everybody around, the relationship is not too good, it affects everything else. That in itself becomes stressful. Then again, conditions of service. What management puts in place to help the workers deal with the issues that come up. And that also may include the settings and the aesthetics. We downplay aesthetics and the settings, and it has a way. There are some places probably, I'm sure all of us have gone to several places. Joy FM News have their own setup. Right? You may go to another place, the setup may not be as nice. And imagine going to a certain work environment where the door flings open whilst before you step in. You go, there are nice painting and colors, the stuffy chairs, like everything. The offices are very, very nice. They even have a small lounge where you can go sit when you're tired. They have a small kitchenette. All those things, even the painting and arrangement in your office, and how things are done. And that is why you sleep better when you go sleep in a hotel. You know, and those places, because everything is arranged very nicely. So the aesthetics, the arrangements, and everything that has to, you know, that is at the workplace, you know, significantly affects a person's mental well-being. And usually we don't look at that. Even the flowers and all the paintings, you know, has a way of helping. You know, then again to the, what do you call it? Whether they are stress relievers. You know.
But before you go to the stress relievers, I'm interested in the settings and aesthetics. You've talked about how they could even impact someone's mental health and how they make people relax. How? I mean, somebody would say, you are here to come and work. You have, you know, your desk, you have your computer. What other paintings do you need in order to perform very well?
Let me quickly come in. Let's take agriculture as an example. If there are tractors and all the implements that are needed to do good agriculture, would you love to go into agriculture?
Please go ahead and answer.
And when you compare to the old-fashioned way of cutlass and hoe, how many of us will be willing to go there? So that alone gives you some relief. You know you're not going to struggle. The fact that you have evidence that you're not going to struggle is enough mental health to focus and do your work.
Okay.
Let's look at a situation. I remember some time ago in Konfanochi, doctors were complaining of water not flowing. My brother, you can imagine, he's thinking about his personal health, going to do something and I can't even wash my hand. So how do I get home? You get it. Or in an office where, for instance, I remember a guy whose work, he virtually stands to work because he has complained severally about his chair, that the chair gives him severe back pain. And he has realized that there are some chairs that can make him sit comfortably and work without complaining, without standing. Because everybody comes to the office and, hey, now what kind of human being? You have to stand before you work. Eventually, you have to adjust his desk so that his desk gets up like that one, so that he could stand and work. These things are certain. They are basic things that could be adjusted to make this guy function. And if this is done, he can work better, his productivity will be increased, and he will be happy. Remember that when somebody is happy, he can infect you with his happiness because he's smiling, he's saying nice things to you, he's responding nicely even if you are negative towards them. So we should be mindful of that. Then also I want to talk about female. When a woman is pregnant, for instance, at the work environment, and like Doc said, we are not empathetic. If we are all supportive of mental health, quickly you should know that this lady has additional burden because of the pregnancy. Some people can function excellently whilst pregnant. Others go through difficulties. And so as bosses and colleagues, we should be able to support them to function at the workplace. But you hear comments like, we are all being paid in the same way. So why should I even support you? Why should I help you to do your own work? So these factors have to be considered whilst we try to make people achieve the highest level of mental health at the workplace.
Maybe you've gone, as for pregnancy, you've gone too far. Imagine someone having menstrual cramps and he's at the reception. How can you laugh? You can't smile at staff. And those things, so some of those aesthetics and those things, they are things that improves your mental well-being so that you can function. You know, there are two terms sometimes we use, absenteeism and presenteeism. Absenteeism is you didn't show up at work. Presenteeism is you came but you are not effective. You see, you are around but you are not around. You know, you are not able to. And some of these things that we've all those things, and the brain is so we interact with our environment. Everything we see, sometimes even a smile, you know, lights you up. You go to a certain lounge or something and you see something, and that alone, the comfort of that environment has a way of boosting your mental well-being, you know, so that you can function.
Yeah, so this reminds me of my office. You know, I have one of the nicest office in the Trust Hospital. And anybody who walks in was like, wow, is that how the psychologist's office look? Oh, I'm better. The environment alone makes the person feel comfortable. We shouldn't forget that when people go to the health environment, they are prejudicing certain things. And so when they find something different from the original or the commonly known office of the doctor, they feel relief. And this is the reality of mental health. We don't need to put drugs and all those things. People are scared of sharp objects and all of that. Then you also put those things there. For instance, my office, I don't keep BP machines because people come with health anxiety. And the more they see the BP machine, their BPs even go up. And so we have to create an environment that will help people working in this environment feel safe, feel welcomed, and ready to work.
These are very important principles you have laid down for our conversation. If you just joined us, we're talking to Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur, very busy man, Senior Medical Officer and Clinical Psychologist, Acting Director of University of Professional Studies Medical Directorate, PRO of the Ghana Psychological Association, and a lecturer at the Family Health Medical University. We also have with us Eric Howusu-Kumi, another busy man, Senior Clinical Psychologist at Trust Hospital, the CEO of Psych Connect Ghana Limited, and the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Happiness Digest. Can't think of two better qualified people to help us understand workplace mental health. And that's what we're going to get into even deeper when we come back. We'll be asking questions about stress. Stay tuned. We're back after these.
United we stand, divided we fall. As a young mother, I'm vaccinated to protect my family. As a daughter, I'm vaccinated to protect my elderly parents. As a teacher, I'm vaccinated to protect my students. Remember that all the COVID-19 vaccines work with the body's natural defenses to safely develop immunity. Let's stand together to end this pandemic. We are stronger together. Protect yourself and those around you. Get vaccinated today. Forget the yab. Get the jab. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service, FHI 360, and Good Life. Live it well.
Imagine say water wake up at dawn. E no buff, e no chop. When e vanish for your area for 2 weeks, you no get one drop safe inside your tank.
Hey.
Hajia, our life was in dangerous. Only our neighbor get water with water tank.
Water tank?
Yes, water tank. Mamma mia, that water tank get meter for checking water level. That water tank be fine past Kumasi Selenium. That water tank be tough like Ghana Army. That water tank, they carry water pepe, so say some no go left inside the supply tank. What a tank! As my boss, Mr. Poncho, go talk.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Water tank. What a tank! By Duraplast.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Charlie, Chairman is still not here. What at all could be the issue?
Calm down. I'm sure you'll be here soon. Oh, guys, sorry I'm late. Koti bab me for road, sake of my insurance expire. Some long issue, Charlie.
Chairman Pan, hey, you make Koti bab you sake of you forget to renew your car insurance when you can get your car insurance sticker instantly on Haptel. And best of all, you can set a reminder to renew. Simple matter. Just install the app, enter your car number, and oh la la, your instant insurance sticker is there.
Oh, really? Make I do am now before I forget. But Edemu, Charlie, see. Edemu, insurance sticker need demo one time. I can even renew it every month. Wow. Charlie, as for this one, today, as usual, the sitting is on me.
Visit hoptel.com/app to download your Hubtel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hubtel is everything you.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana right here in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and 50% scholarships to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless opportunities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our October 2023 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us on +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
It's 9 o'clock on the dot, and right here on the CIMG radio program of the year, the Super Morning Show, we're talking about mental health in the workplace. Our guests, Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur and Eric Hosu Kumi. Is it Mr. or Dr. or Mr. Eric Hosu Kumi. Now, Mr. Hosu Kumi is a senior clinical psychologist at Trust Hospital. He's the CEO of Psych Connect Ghana Limited. He's the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Happiness Digest. And Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur is a senior medical officer and clinical psychologist, acting director of the University of Professional Studies Medical Directorate. He's the PRO of the Ghana Psychological Association and a lecturer at the Family Health Medical University. We've been talking about mental health in the workplace. Already we've learned so many fascinating things. First of all, we've got a very clear definition of what it means to be mentally healthy. We've also had an insight into the things in the workplace that affect our mental health. Now we're going to go into some specifics. And I want us to start with stress. But first, before we get into that, Access Bank's Womenpreneur Pitchathon competition is back for season 5. So if you're a woman between the ages of 18 and 45, if you're a woman with a passion for agriculture, if you own or know a woman who owns an agriculture business, then this is your opportunity to take your business to the next level. Be part of the 5th edition of the Access Bank Womenpreneur Pitchathon competition. You could win a share of 1 million Ghana cedis worth of prizes. The prizes include cash, business training, web design, publicity, and so much more. The application ends on the 15th of October 2023, so go to ghana.accessbankplc.com to register now. Terms and conditions apply. If you want to know more, call 0800 00 4400. It's a toll-free number, and you'll speak to a dedicated relationship officer in the women banking team. Access W. Inspiring, connecting, empowering.
So I've got some good news to share with you today. Imagine a biscuit made from real cereal packed with wholesome oats and grains containing less sugar. Well, this biscuit is not only a treat for your taste buds, but also a nutritious option for all ages. I'm talking about the McBerry Breakfast Cereal. McBerry Breakfast Cereal biscuit can be enjoyed at any time of the day, particularly at breakfast with any beverage of your choice. It's delicious, nutritious, and affordable. It's made with whole grain oats packed with fiber and real cereals with less sugar. So worry no more. With McBerry Breakfast Cereal, your kids have the perfect snack they can take to school. Beware of imitation. Remember to go for the original McBerry Breakfast Cereal biscuit and start your day with a smile. McBerry Breakfast Cereal, goodness for your morning. And this is FDA approved.
All right. Now, if you're worried about your parties, your weddings, your outdoorings, funerals, hangouts, if you're just worried what to drink at these events, then listen, with Bigu, no wahala for the occasion. Bigu drinks have made it easy for everyone to enjoy the ideal celebration with their amazing variety of flavors, including cocktail, cola, apple, coconut, lemon, lemon lime, and orange. You can get them in 16 packs or 20 packs, and they are a lot to go around. They infuse color into your life and they rejuvenate you. So grab a bottle of your favorite flavor and treat yourself and your loved ones to a memorable experience. Big O Drinks, another quality product from Twillium Industries Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
And talking about what to drink, well, we all talk about water all the time. In fact, we say life without water is impossible. But what do you really know about the water that you consume? With Verna purified water, you're not only guaranteed the pleasure of satisfying your thirst, but you're also assured of water that is purified using a series of filtration, reverse osmosis, UV sterilization, and ozonation to be the standard quality your body needs. With over 100,000 bottles consumed every day, Verna Purified Waters gain acceptance as the #1 water brand in Ghana today. Now, with every bottle of Verna water you consume, you directly contribute to impacting lives through the Verna Changing Lives initiative. From its orphanage project to drilling of boreholes, surgery, payments, and payment of fees for brilliant but needy students, Verna Purified Water continues to support many beneficiaries each year to change their lives for the better. Share the love, get a bottle of Verna Purified Water and enjoy the pure, refreshing taste. Verna Purified Water is recommended by the Ghana Medical Association. Verna Purified Water, changing people's lives. This is FDA approved.
All right, let's get back into the conversation. Dr. Isaac Newmanatha and Eric Housukumi are our guests, talking about mental health in the workplace. All right, stress. Maybe we'll start again with some definitions. Yeah, what is stress?
Okay, so stress is a response to an internal or external demand. So it can be an internal demand or external demand. So the external demands are all the things we see, the responsibilities, the traffic, the family issues, work problems, all those things, the external stresses. Internal stresses may also be how you evaluate things. So if you have a very, very negative way of approaching things, you actually feel more stressed. Then again, to pessimism. When you're a pessimist, that situation is even stressful. Then again, bitterness, unforgiveness, those things are internal stresses. So any response to a demand, the term response is important because two people may go through the same stressful event. The differences in their level of stress is based on how they are responding.
Right.
And this response is external and internal response. Right? External response are the things that we do when there's a stressor. Internally too, the body is responding by marshalling all its internal coping mechanisms to deal with the stressor. Right? And the system primarily responsible is the nervous system, right? And also the endocrine system. The two of them, they are systems in the body, and those, they take the lead. All other body systems follow. Right? So the body's internal mechanism, it marshals its internal mechanism to be able to deal with the stressor or to move away from the stressor, because the body cannot coexist with stress. See, stress disrupts all the internal mechanisms of the body. So whilst you feel stressed externally, know that internally too, there are changes going on there. So the sympathetic nervous system in the body is the one that initiates all this. And when that system in the body is activated, the goal is to bring the body to a state of equilibrium,
right,
where the internal organs and all that can function well. So it actually, is activated. And it releases some chemicals we call the stress hormones or stress chemicals. So we have the cortisol, we have the what you call adrenaline, norepinephrine, are released. And when they are released, they cause changes in the body. Those changes are responsible for how you feel when you are stressed. So cortisol affects sugar control. It affects immunity. Right, and all that. Adrenaline, norepinephrine, and those things, they affect your BP, your pulse, your respiration, and all that. So anybody who is stressed, you realize that you have all these physical changes going on. You may have some headache, non-specific body aches, palpitations, abdominal pain. You may even have some gastrointestinal problems. You may feel nauseous, you're vomiting or running or peeing too much. You may feel tense, muscle tension, and all those things. It's because the internal mechanisms of the body has been activated. And those changes, if it continues for a long time, then the health problems, hypertension, diabetes, cancers, bone problems, infertility, loss of libido, and all those depression, anxiety, and all those things come in. And that is very, very, very serious. Stress is a killer. So those who think, life is a whatever, I need to hazard those things, it's okay. This morning when I was coming, I was discussing with someone that you see, only about 4% of the Ghana population crosses 70. Yes, life expectancy is around 64.
Yes.
63 for men, around 64.5 or so for women. And stress is a killer, right? But we have these normal stresses we face every time. We call the eustress, right? Day to day, minor things, and you even need that to boost energy, right? To be able to perform. Then we have the acute stress. That has to do with stress that happens over a very short time. So maybe 3 days as a project, you are done, it's gone, right? Then we have the episodic stress that comes in episodes. So this week there's a stress, maybe 3 days it goes away. The next 2 weeks there's stress, it goes away, like that episodic stress. Then the more dangerous one is the chronic stress, where you are consistently stressed over about 3-6 months, stressed. That is what is more dangerous, because all these internal changes are happening consistently, and that is where all the problems come.
The first one you said was what? I heard the episodic and the chronic.
Acute.
Over
a very short time.
Short period.
Yeah. Then the chronic is the one that does the damage, because you're persistently stressed, and it comes to a point where your coping strategies fail. And that is where burnout and stuff begins. You see, we hear about burnout and all those phase of exhaustion. Where your coping strategies are failing, they are no longer effective, and the body is all over the place.
So, is it always noticeable? Can I always tell when I'm stressed?
Yes. So, like he said, for the acute ones, they happen once a while. Like an accident or the loss of a loved one, or maybe what happened in circles some few years ago, or when you hear bad news, they happen once in a while, they are not regular. But when you're stressed, like you are in an abusive relationship, every day there is fight. Every day there is fight. Anytime you get home, there is fight. And you work in an environment where there is constant pressure. Every day, that every day you are going to be in 2050 meetings. You are here, you are there, you are receiving calls here. It's constant. It's not changing. So it's not like maybe you work in an environment where when it's getting to the end of the month, maybe a week to the end, then you need to produce reports. So that one ends and the body goes back to normal for another 3 weeks. Then these are the episodic ones. Yeah. But you in your office every day, home every day. Okay, there are some chronic stress that you can't do anything or you can't do much about, like childcare. Your children are always screaming and you can't do anything. But it will get to a time that they will fall in place. They will understand certain things, they will understand rules, and then they will change and you have some peace of mind. Now, when these things are going on, you will know that things are not okay. You will know you are tensed when you are going home to meet this stressful marriage. When you are going to the office, you are going to meet this environment.
Example, you don't even want to go home. You do all the work around. We think you are hardworking, but you don't want to go home.
Yes, you are using the work as a cover up. I met a man who worked in a very reputable organization, and it was only when he came on retirement that he realized he'd been depressed all his lifetime.
Wow. That's what made me ask. That is it possible for some people to just continue functioning without realizing
human beings
that
can
they are
cover
under
up?
stress?
We are very smart people. We can cover up. We can use things to cover up. So, like I said, I come to work and every work I want to do it. So everybody's praising me. Oh, this guy dear. Oh, yeah, dear. Papa. It's because I don't want to go home. And definitely, I'll go on retirement. So the moment you go on retirement, then you realize that the coping strategy you've been using all this while has been taken away from you. That is where you begin to have the constant headaches. Your BPs are constantly going up. Your sugars are. Then the things that you have done, it is now ready for you to use. Now, in the US, they have stress leave that you can apply for, because they have recognized the dangers of stress long ago. So people can go in and ask for stress leave, and you have to give it to them.
And that's outside your normal annual leave?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm just picturing a typical Ghanaian going to his boss, I need stress leave.
I need some time off. We should be able to ask that. If the system is supportive, we should be able to work out something, because it is not normal for somebody to just walk to you and ask for, boss, I need some days off. It means that that person has used all available strategies to deal with that difficulty, and they are not working.
I had a conversation before we had this show. I talked to some friends and colleagues, and somebody said to me that, look, stress is a rich people's problem. If you are a hustler, if you are, when you see them on the streets, a woman with a baby on her back, pregnant, carrying pure water, selling it, the sun burning her from morning till evening, she's running around chasing cars for her money, she's not complaining of stress. But you are sitting in an air-conditioned room, your boss comes to tell you that your report was poorly done, and then you burst into tears. That it's people who have the means, who can afford stress.
So there's a component of stress that is perceived mental. It's a process. So what I think is very important in the stress issue. So a young girl went off completely. She lost her memory just because they went to their home country. The father is a diplomat here, so they went to their home country for vacation. And then when they were about to leave, just the day they were about to leave, they couldn't find her passport. And so they had to leave her, because the father has to come. They've been called to come. Yeah. They have to leave her back there so that they work on a new passport for her. And by the time the lady came to Ghana, 17-year-old, she's blank. She can't remember the mother, the father, the school, nothing.
Hey.
So what I would think is not stressful will be different from what Doc would think is stressful to him. And so there's not a specific thing like this one there, it will break me down, and this one will not break me down. Like we said, the system, there's something going on within. This girl was processing a lot of things. I don't know what, she doesn't want to be there. You get it? And then all of a sudden, she's going to be left there alone with these people that she didn't grow up with. She's thinking about the connection. She's thinking about the food she will eat, the swimming pool at her home in Ghana, and so many things goes on in some people's mind when they are going through stress, and that can blank them off completely. That is what causes the infertility and then the even impotence. Some people go off, their manhood will not function. You will see him nice like this and everything is, but things are happening in their minds that is releasing so much level of cortisol, so much level of adrenaline, and the body needs certain amount of these hormones to function. When they are too much, they become standstill.
But is there evidence then, I mean, from all of this, that perhaps people who have poorer economic situations cope better with stress than those who live in comfort?
Yeah, well, all mental illnesses, you find them more in a low socio economic environment.
Oh, rather?
Yes, but you see, if someone has money, they are likely to go and report and seek help. If you don't, the fact that you don't report does not mean it's not there. The fact that even the term hustle is stress. You may not acknowledge that you're stressed. And one day you're there and something happens to you and you're gone. You see, and sometimes we underestimate or downplay the importance of these things on our lives, right? Because of our expectations and what we want to achieve, And so even the term hustle is stress. The fact that you don't acknowledge that this is a stressful situation, does not mean that it is not there. And the body is responsible. As for the internal mechanisms, whether you acknowledge it or you don't acknowledge it, it's happening.
It's happening. You can refuse to scream at someone because you are stressed. You can manage that. But for your heart to beat, to pump more blood,
your body
for
is responding.
your breathing rate to increase, those things will happen. Whether you are... See, the body has to respond to the stress, whether it is real or imagined.
The response must happen.
It must happen. Yeah. But if you have been trained in ways of managing stress, you can instantly activate your internal stress management system, like the breathing exercises. Or if you have been taught the progressive muscle relaxation, you just activate it, and that will counter what the system is doing. So someone who doesn't have these skills, it will just be going on.
And at some point, we all have our breaking point. So, for example, a soldier may go to all kinds of training, be very, but they come back with PTSD and those things. You know, because everybody has their breaking point. And grow from childhood, we all develop various coping strategies to deal with various stresses. If your coping strategies are effective, you may not be overwhelmed as someone whose coping strategies. So we're all different. We can't put someone that you are sitting in air conditioning, someone is like, so why are you complaining? No, we're all different. Total it's like we are even our personality types. We are different. How we respond. There are some personalities that may be able to cope better with stressful situations than others. The personality type that internalizes issues, analyzes problems, they are likely to be more stressed than the go-free kind of personality types where they smile at everything and all. You know, there are some people, they come to work and
insult them and then they are smiling.
They are just smiling at you.
Those people too, apparently, one day when they hit their breaking
well, everybody has their breaking
effect
point.
can be worse.
Yeah. So we are totally different.
Let's talk about gender and stress. Does one gender suffer stress more than the other? And can one gender cope better with stress than the other? And when I say Jamia, I only know two genders, male and female.
Well, it's different, you know, and we are men and women are different. And we're different in structure and function, right? Even the brain, there are differences with men and women. You know, the right side of the brain, that is more for, you know, relationships, multitasking and all those things. It's more active in women than men. Men, the left side is more for analytical things. You know, men are more calculating in their whatever. So even when men are more driven towards problem solving than women. You know, and so that can create some kind of difference. A man may dismiss things easily. A woman is likely to be more emotional about things. You know, so we all have various ways of handling our stresses. But when it comes to responsibility, it's cultural. Depending on where you are and how you were brought up and all those things, it can influence. And even your home, there are some homes that responsibilities are shared. Others, I think, it's more cultural.
Is there any clinical evidence of the reasons why men seem to be dying earlier than women? Is there any connection to stress?
One major one is cultural. Men are made to believe they are strong, so they should even talk about their feelings. For instance, a man can be in an abusive relationship, but he can't talk about it because the guys will laugh at him. And so he keeps it like that and goes through, and then he's gone. So it is not a physical thing. We have brought these things onto ourselves. I did a presentation, and the guys, the institution did well. It was a men, I think November. So they did mental health for men. And I told them, men too can cry. If you feel like crying to release the emotion, the pressure within you, do it. Don't look at people thinking that, hey, this guy too is crying, and then they will laugh at you. Go, and then they will still laugh at you. So it's better to express how you feel as a man, and don't wait until you are going before you want to talk about the problems you are going through.
So that was a good example the IGP set for us during those hearings then. But I want to say that this has to only be the beginning of the conversation. We are going to have to come back together again and talk more about coping mechanisms, how to deal with stress in the workplace. So for this first half of our discussion, I thank you both very much. Dr. Isaac Newman-Arthur is a senior medical officer and clinical psychologist. He's the acting director at of the University of Professional Studies Medical Directorate. He's the PRO of the Ghana Psychological Association and a lecturer at the Family Health Medical University. University. Eric Howusu-Kumi is a senior clinical psychologist at the Trust Hospital. He's the CEO of Psych Connect Ghana Limited and the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Happiness Digest. I need to find that publication for myself. I thank you both very much for your time with us. Super Morning Show continues after these.
Hello, 80 customers. May I have your attention, please? Ready for the good news? Yes, this is really exciting news from your favorite network, 80. 80 is giving you, their cherished customer, a whopping 200% airtime bonus every time you buy airtime via credit transfer or 80 money. You can use this bonus to talk from crinkling to crankling for up to 72 hours. Do you also know the interesting fact? You can ask your agent to do direct data bundles such as Sikakoko, Big Time, and Fuse bundles for you. So, the next time you need to top up whether airtime or direct internet bundle, just find the nearest 80 agent and request for credit transfer or dial *110# to buy directly from your 80 money wallet. Don't miss your 200% bonus. Top up now. Spread the concern.
80. Life is simple.
Better bet to play together. Brightest.com.gh. Play for fun, enjoy the game. Brightest.com.gh. Join today on a bonus penny. Brightest.com.gh. Come together, make we play. Brightest.com.gh. Say, share betting. Yes, simple. Games are hold on. Yes, simple. Pay out in so. Yes, simple. Right better, man. Yes, simple. Correct us, quick cash out, free bonus. Correct us, quick cash out, free bonus. Brightbet.com.gh.
Together we play. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gaming can be addictive.
To the shining sea, where the air light that sets you free with the rhythm of Africa. Together we reach our goal. So fly high, somewhere bright on our wings. We will reach the place of the place of your life. Africa, we're gonna take you there. We're gonna take you there. We're gonna take you
The 11th West African Clean Energy and Environment Fair, WACI 2023, takes place from the 18th to the 19th of October 2023 at the Grand Arena, Accra International Conference Center. Be part of the interactive sessions on clean energy, water, and circular economy. This two-day festival brings together West African and European industry experts, plus a showcase of exciting companies and the latest innovations from Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. Immerse yourself in insightful workshops on waste management, Ghana's decarbonization efforts, and circular economy platform on plastics and e-waste, organized by GIZ. WACI 2023 is organized by the Delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana and supported by the Konrad Adenauer Foundation. Media partners City FM, Joy FM, and BNFT. Entry is free. For further information, visit waki.net or call 0242 438 760.
Are you and your business experiencing cyber-related attacks? Are you experiencing impersonation or identity theft? Are you a victim or suspicious of cyber fraud? Are you suspicious of an online link or online business? Contact the Cybersecurity Authority to report any cybersecurity incident or for guidance before you make a decision on an online engagement you are suspicious of. Call or text 292, WhatsApp 0501 603 111 or send an email to report@csa.gov.gh. Follow us on social media at Cybersecurity Authority Ghana. Cybersecurity Authority, a secure and resilient digital Ghana.
Welcome to Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Here are some tips to keep you safe in the digital space as we embark on a journey to safeguard our digital lives together. Encrypt sensitive files and folders. Avoid clicking on pop-up ads or banners. Check the email sender authenticity before taking any required action. Log out of accounts on shared computers or devices. Report cybersecurity incidents promptly to the Cybersecurity Authority by dialing 292. This message is brought to you by the Cybersecurity Authority in partnership with eCrime Bureau with support from the Pan-African E-Commerce Initiative of GIZ, funded by the German government.
Minutes after 9 from the conversation that we've had this morning on mental health. We know that stress indeed kills and is a response. Please seek help if you find yourself in a stressful situation. Well, we're going to be talking about Botho University, Ghana. It's the freshest university in Ghana, and we're going to tell you why you must think Botho, and if you have a child or perhaps yourself, enroll at Botho University. My guest in the studio is Professor Abhishek Rajan. He's Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor, West African Blended and Distance Learning Program. Also Jemima Pratt, she's Marketing Manager, Botho University, Ghana. Good morning, welcome to Joy.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here.
Great. So first of all, give us a background, and I think I'll start with you, Prof. Tell us about Botho University.
Right. Botho University is a purely African university.
Okay.
A university which has grown from inception within Africa, has its base in Botswana. It is a 26-year-old university. We started as a single discipline institution. Today we stand with 5 different campuses in Botswana, Lesotho, in Namibia, Eswatini, and freshly in Ghana, as you said. And we have our campuses also called Blended and Distance Learning Campus. So not just classroom learning, we also offer distance learning as well. We have, and because I mentioned 5 countries, we are regulated in 5 different countries. Okay. So we have a plenty of experience dealing with, country-specific skill gap requirement. When you move from one country to another country, every country has a different requirement.
Right.
So Botho University is a university which put emphasis on quality education, more industry-aligned education, more entrepreneurial courses, because in today's world, when you now talk about education, we cannot be talking about a standard education that we get.
Right.
We have to talk about education which is more industry aligned.
We'll get into the specific courses that you offer, but I see that you've more been in the southern parts of Africa. This is the first time that you're coming to West Africa. Why West Africa?
Oh, that's an interesting journey. We have primarily been in Southern Africa because the country that I mentioned all falls into the Southern Africa. We also have a distance learning campus, and we show plenty of interest from students from West Africa and mainly from Ghana.
Okay.
And so we decided to explore this market and came and did our initial study, and we realized that there is a market for us here. And the focus in Ghana is on quality education, which is something that we align to, something which we feel that we have a lot to contribute, and hence why our decision to expand in Ghana.
Right. Well, if you're just joining the conversation, we're talking about Botho University Ghana campus. It already exists in some southern African countries, but this is the first time that Botho University is opening a campus here in Ghana. Professor Abhishek Rajan is Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor, West African Blended and Distance Learning Program with Botho University, and Jemima Pratt, Marketing Manager, Botho University, Ghana. So Jemima, let's talk about the courses that you offer.
Okay, so our initial engagement with GTEC, we gave them a whole lot of programs that we wanted to run here. But then they also looked at their programs and then they advised and said, these are programs that we feel that to kickstart would be very relevant.
Right.
And some way, somehow, these are programs that are strongholds. So then we said, okay, then let's go ahead. So we actually have 3 faculties that would be running here. However, under that we have 6 programs. So 3 faculties, 6 programs.
Okay.
So we have the Faculty of Engineering, and that is BTech Software Engineering, Cyber Security and Risk Management.
Okay.
And then also BSc Network Security and Computer Forensics.
Wow.
Yes, we would also have under the health and education, we have the Health Information Management as well, which is very new in this part of the world. And I think data when it comes to health is very important. So this is something that would also want to engage in. And then we'll have the business side of it, which is the risk management, and then also investment and banking also. So these are some of the programs that we'll be running here.
Interesting courses you have there, Prof.
Yes.
What distinguishes you from other institutions? Because, you know, we have other institutions in Ghana.
Yes, and I mentioned when I was talking about both the universities, more industry aligned. Look at the courses that we have. We have BSc in Network Security and Computer Forensic, and we have BSc in Cyber Security and Risk Management. Talk of today, everything is connected. We live in a world where privacy is kind of taking a center stage. And if you are now looking at everything connected, we also have to be aware of what challenges it comes with and what opportunity it offers. And industry is currently looking for people in that area. So the industry aligned program. The opportunity that Botho brings is mere presence in 5 different countries. A student joining here would be able to go and study in Botswana, Lesotho, Namibia, Eswatini, wherever they want to.
So you can switch campuses?
So say you join here, study 1 year here and do other 3 years in 3 different campuses. It's very possible. And not only just that, they can also do a student exchange program with all our international partners. And as we speak today, we are now having a set of students who have just traveled to DHBW Germany for our Faculty of Hospitality and Sustainable Tourism and Student Exchange Program.
Interesting.
And a set of students who have just traveled from KTH, Royal Institute of Technology from Switzerland, to our university campus in Botswana. And they are there for 6 months. Our students are going for 3 months. And it's just following up on our student having been to KTH and now back to our campus.
Right.
Our student is now with University of Venda in South Africa on an exchange program. So there is a plenty of opportunity available for student exchange program, not just within Botho University, but also outside Botho University. Virtual internship. It's a concept that came from COVID-19.
Virtual internship.
We all talk about internship. Every single program of Botho University, a student have to go for 6-month internship compulsory.
Oh.
And they have to learn the things in the real world, come back and fix if they identify any problem. But COVID brought a new issue of virtual. So virtual internship allowed us to be at your place, at your home, and still work for multinational companies in any countries. And believe me, in our campus in Lesotho, we have got 2 students who found jobs being in Lesotho, but found jobs in India, in US, working from Lesotho as a remote job. Fresh student, graduate, getting a job because they work for virtual internship.
That's awesome. So who can attend the university?
So we are looking at our SHS graduates. Anybody who aspires to further their education, they can just reach out to us and then apply. So hopefully your grades are very good. Once your grades are good, you definitely would get admissions to study with us at Botho University.
And not just fresh graduates, matured entries as well. Those who have finished their diplomas and want to come and further their studies and do degrees, they can also come. It's not just restricted to any qualification. You can study in any countries and you want to transfer to Botho University. It's very possible. You can just apply. What they need to just do is to walk in or reach out to us on phones or just apply on our website.
Any special offers?
Yes, we come bearing very nice and lovely gifts. So
Okay.
for the first 150 students, we are offering up to 50% scholarships.
Really?
Yes.
That's like half price.
Yes. Yeah, to say who. Yeah, so I mean, you should have very good grades to get these scholarships. However, for students who would be academically good, but unfortunately for some financial reasons, they are not there, they could also get up to 100% scholarship. Tell me this is not good.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're actually looking at receiving the applications.
Okay.
At least for the first 150 students, I can guarantee up to 50% scholarship. And for students who would have good grades but then financially not stable, you would have to write your exams, you have to look at your grades. I mean, you should have
At least there's an
yes,
opportunity for you to get
yes,
100%
exactly,
scholarship,
yes.
which is a good
So-
thing.
Yes, so
Yeah.
then you could get up to 100%
Right.
scholarship.
So
as
let's
well.
get into the house. How can they get in touch? Is there a website to visit so that you can also see the qualification, what you would need to enter Botho University?
Okay, so when you go onto our website, which is www.ghana.bothouniversity.com.
And Botho is BOTHO.
Yes. You can apply from there. You look at the courses we have. You click on the course. Beneath it, you see apply or enroll. Look at what the program entails to be sure that what you're looking for is what it is.
Right.
Then you can apply. However, you can also call us on 030-252-3782. Send us a WhatsApp or call us on 020-990-4714.
Okay, can you just go over the numbers?
Okay, 0302-52-3782. Call or WhatsApp 020-90-4714.
Okay. Where's your campus?
We are in the heart of East Legon, right next to the ANC shopping mall on the Jungle Avenue.
Okay.
So, ANC on your right, heading towards Starbite, you find NS Chemist. After NS Chemist, there's Euro Decor. Right opposite Euro Decor, you find our building, the red building. You can't miss it.
All right.
Yes.
So, Prof, just the final words. What would you say to our listeners?
Oh, we are open. We are expecting a set of students to come and join us and join the journey that Botho offers. And Botho has an interesting journey to offer. Botho has an interesting way of dealing with things. Once you join Botho University, I would say that these are the set of people who would go and speak for us. And I'm looking forward to welcoming all of those set of students as my first set of, precious people whom I feel like I owe them from now.
Right. Okay, so admission is in progress.
Yes,
So
it
you can
is.
call the numbers that Jemima put out. You can check them out. Just visit their website as well and learn more about Botho University. Prof and Jemima, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mama V.
Jemima, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I think Prof said everything,
Okay.
but then we are just looking forward to receiving everybody who, in terms of furthering their education, Botho University will provide you nothing but quality education and also making you very relevant when it comes to the world and even in academia. I think one thing we would have missed is that in preparation of our curriculums, we engage the academics and then we also engage the industry. So then everything that we do is always relevant and present.
All right.
They are not archaic things.
Okay.
So see you in Botho.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jemima.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Prof. Thanks for being here. This is the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Litina Travel, in collaboration with Cowbank Women's Banking, is inviting all current and prospective customers of Cowbank to join their second business trip to Turkey, Istanbul, and leisure in Dubai from the 7th to 16th of October 2023. The cost of the full package starts from $2,550 per person and includes visa, flight, hotel, B2B meetings, tours, airport transfers, and travel insurance. The business areas include construction and building materials, furniture and interior decor, fashion and textiles, cosmetics, agricultural products and equipment, pharmaceuticals and medical equipment, industrial and heavy equipment machinery, food and beverage and processing equipment, spare parts, and many more. For inquiries, call Tina on 0244 260 789 or Gifty on 0270 302245 or Akosia on 0555 171311 or walk into any Cowbank branch or Litina Travel and Tours at the Alisa Hotel Northridge, sponsored by our media partners Joy FM and the Multimedia Group.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety, creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best. On Joy 99.7
My body don't be only the way you try. When I get shot, I want to be some different guy. Cause the chill make a tell them the life. Where we dey live for street, no be lies. Even your woman say she love my style. It's about time before they stop this guy, my guy. Ayo, I bend your back, guess I need a moko. Ayo, Obi has to run, nobody go beat up with a kill our future. Ayo, I bend your back, guess I need a moko. Ayo, no never talk, say shut up, be good, always I be bad. I for win, award for just being me. No be today when we start this thing. Then they die when I say I be the dancehall king. But I know say that me like my thing. Make I repeat them again, nobody can stop me. My mind that they use high down key. Now your blood, face when me just save. Nobody can never tie me. Oh no, you to do. Try mo, ya be to do. Ya is the gominchi of voodoo. Oh no, you to do. I'm a baby, if you know to my voodoo. Can't wait, bear me foot to my mouth. Metakana mau, metakana mau. Wale, metakana mau.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best on Joy 99.7 FM.
Them know me. I know they blow trees, only lonely me lonely. Music chose me, just know this and know peace. I dey low key, but I'm never lonely.
the vibe. I'm feeling the vibe, yeah.
That's how we do it right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
Why is he still bringing the UCC Legon debate again?
Sami Odame
We
is
settled
still
the score.
suffering post-traumatic stress disorder from his graduation from University of Ghana. If he had gone to UCC,
Kojo, let me
he
talk
wouldn't be having
about
this problem.
our brothers and sisters in the Volta region, because tomorrow we're going to be going there, particularly in the North Tong area. So areas such as Mefe, Bato, have all been affected by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam.
Yes.
And so if you go to areas such as Sogankope, if you go to Sokwe, and these areas, in fact, in the Mefe township, I am told about half of the town
is submerged.
And I was sharing with Raymond a video that I saw. And there's a place I know, actually. I do go there. And I could see areas, people, standing outside, complaining. In fact, what one woman said that struck me was that, and she actually spoke Chi. And one spoke Evers and said, if you're coming to do this, inform us. Inform us. Not just by saying, oh, we are spilling and that's the end of it. So a day to the spillage, then you tell us we're doing this. But let us know in advance. So that if we have to move, we move. But the question is, today, what sort of relief is available to these persons?
Because I'll tell you who did know in advance. NADMO.
Yes.
So what preparation did they make for those who inevitably were going to be affected by this?
Exactly. And we've talked about it before. For how long shall a country that believes in agriculture continue to spill excess water to get into people's homes for these homes to be submerged?
When others plan,
exactly,
reroute, reuse.
Yes,
they have reservoirs that take some part of this, keep it for a longer period, spread it out into irrigation systems. But I'm not sure that's the time we want to talk about. So maybe relief is the most important conversation now.
For now, is the relief.
But we do have to
for now. We'll talk about the
picture
relief
as well. So tomorrow we're focusing on the Volta region. We're going directly to Mefe, Bato areas in that particular enclave that have all been affected by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam.
And this is also strange, because it should be the Bagri Dam.
That's what you
the
normally
Dam
know.
has been the Bagri Dam.
I know.
That's what you normally hear of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but now
we could have planned better.
And it's going to get worse because VRA says the water level in the dam is still exceeding the 278 feet, the maximum level. So they are monitoring and will be spilling.
And the only way
more
out.
water.
You
That's
see,
the only way out.
tomorrow I'm going to share a message from the Morning Man that demonstrates that in this part of the world, our problem is excess. Excess is our problem, not scarcity. Excess. Obriendra, we don't know what to do. Okay, all right. Listen, Kingdom Books and Stationery reminds you that you can continue to enjoy 10 to 15% off all school items like textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so much more until the 31st of October as part of the Back to School promotion. It's in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast. You can call 0302 764 101 to learn more. You can also dial 0302 764 209 or email info@kingdomgh.com. Alternatively, just go to kingdomgh.com and find out how this all works. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply.
And the eagerly anticipated Pick One game has arrived with a bang. So choose your favorite number from 1 to 36, stick, and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by sticking from 1 Ghana cedis to 350 Ghana cedis and win 26 times your stick on the amazing Pick One game by Game Pack. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via their website or download the Game Pack app on gamepackgames.com. Watch the live draws on Adum TV. It's at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Game Pack, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
and treat your callers to good tunes while you win incredible rewards and points by purchasing, renewing, copying, or gifting your favorite caller tunes. And you can win amazing prizes based on your total accumulated points. Yep, build as many points as possible and you can win tons of data to stay connected to the things you love, or you can win an amazing 10,000 cash prize to splash on your favorite things. It's a perfect way to entertain your callers with music and get rewarded at the same time. Start collecting your caller tunes today. Visit callertunes.mtn.com.gh. Caller tunes spelled CALLERTUNEZ, or just dial *1355 hash to get started on the MTN caller tune service. Promo last till the 7th of November 2023, but terms and conditions apply.
All right, well, listen, this is where we put a pin in it for the day, but of course you need to keep listening to Joy for the duration because all your favorite programs are coming up. Until we get back together with you on the CIMG award-winning Super Morning Show. Yeah. We say thank you so much for joining us. Have a fantastic day. My name is Kojo Youngson. I'm the morning man.
My name is Mama Vio Swabwaji.
My name is Winston.